the blue corner, standing in at 5'0". From Chicago, Illinois, fighting out of the middle of fucking nowhere, Alabama, Jacob B. And in the red corner, standing in as high as a giraffe's ass, fighting out of Moonshine Hills, Tennessee, Cody, the mouth of the South. Woo! It's the Inside the Minds of Fighting podcast.
What the fuck up, everybody? What's going on? You like the name at the bottom? Yes, I am the fake management police, Cody. I have Jake to my left over here. We haven't gave him a cool nickname yet, but we're going to call him the FBI maybe. I don't know yet. But while I'm doing all my cool shit, Jake, about lining this stuff up, tell them what we got going on today.
We got Cody Super Saiyan Shelton. He's a local regional guy here, fights in the AFC. He's got a big fight coming up. Dangerous David Morgan. He's a BKFC fighter. And Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston, ring announcer. He's announced for 80 different organizations, 80 plus. And that's our show. We're just hanging out. Couple guests.
And that Jeff, man, he's for real. We saw him at the main event at the BKFC thing. Man, he gives you some chills, man. He was up there like Buffer.
I mean, he's up there with like the Buffer brothers, and he's up at the top.
Yeah, I mean, that was for real, man. I was sitting there going, holy fucking shit, this dude's like legit. When he hit that main event, I was like, oh fuck, let's do this. But no, and then David, he's training with Chris Lieberman, the crippler. So we'll have to talk about that. That's some new training. And then Cody, he's got all his good shit going on. But dude, you gonna watch the UFC card?
Oh yeah, I got to see who takes his belt.
I mean, okay, I want to ask you while we're waiting, while I'm doing all this. Who do you think? You got Chandler?
Chandler.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, Chandler's gonna beat him. It's gonna happen with Chandler. And like I said, and Chandler's about to have the biggest fight of his life because he's going to face the Notorious. I'm telling you, he's wanted Conor. He's been saying Conor's going to beat him. If he wins the belt and he gets to fight Conor, dude, that's going to be one of the biggest fucking fights in the history of all. And you know what's crazy? I was at Chandler's gym in Nashville like a month or two ago, and we're going to get him on the show because when my daughter was having a procedure for her heart, his wife was like, no, Michael's going to come on your show. I mean, I've loved Chandler forever, man. A lot of people don't know who he is.
You think they'd give it? You think they'd give Conor right away though?
If he beats Dustin.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say whoever wins this fight, Chandler or Oliveira is gonna fight the winner of Conor Dustin.
Yeah, and Gaethje just got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it's about to tag her. I'm about to do it right now while we're getting.
And then the other co-main on there, Tony Ferguson against Dariush, though. If Ferguson wins, I mean, you got to give him some consideration. If he beats Dariush with like quickly, makes a statement. I mean, it could. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, he'll be back in the conversation because he lost against Gaethje. Maybe he can get that rematch against Gaethje.
Yeah, he might have to. He might have to have another one in between, depending on how they go out. Dariush definitely. If Dariush wins, he's definitely going to need another fight before he gets a shot.
Yeah, but the one thing about the one thing about Tony, I think if he wins, he's going to get Hamza because I think Khabib. They hate each other.
He's not coming back.
Well, I know that, but Khabib's right-hand person, Hamza. Khabib's got his team and his guys in the top, and Tony wants to fight his boy because if he beats his boy, Khabib might come back.
That Islam dude or whatever, Majovic or what's his name? I don't even know how to pronounce those names.
They say he's going to be a world champion next year, but if he loses to anybody, I think Khabib will come back and fight for honor.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. I'm tagging him. Dude, this is just so fucking hard, but we'll have Cody.
But sometimes those rankings are fucking goofy, dude.
They don't give a shit. Whoever
they're pound for pound. The pound for pound top fighter is still John Jones. What are we doing?
Yeah, and if Nate Diaz beats Leon Edwards next week or in the next few weeks, whenever they fight, he's gonna fight for the belt, and he ain't even fought him forever because it's who you are and who you beat. All right, so here we go. I'm doing all my tagging now.
Yeah, we'll get Cody on here. He's joining us about 7:30.
Cody. Yeah, I'm about to tag him right now. That's what I was doing. I do my
Super Saiyan though. That's a hell of a name.
I know. That's what I was wondering. I was going like that's like a really cool name. Like, you know, some people steal nicknames. There's nobody that has that. That's unique.
Well, I mean, I guess it's unique to Dragon Ball Z, but were you a Dragon Ball Z fan or no?
Fuck no, dude. I've never watched Dragon. So that's why
Dragon Ball Z is the shit.
I thought that he created that. God damn it.
No, Super Saiyan? No, that's when they transform. Now it might have some nerds going after me. When they transform, whatever, when all the Saiyans do that shit, they go Super Saiyan.
See, it's kind of, so you're talking about like if I want to go morphin time, like a Power Ranger.
Yeah, exactly. Super Saiyan is like the Saiyan race in Dragon Ball Z when they go super and like go fucking crazy.
Oh, I did not know that actually. All right, so here we go. Here we go.
You know who Goku is, right?
No, I had friends that I smoke a lot of pot. Now I'll be in the room when that shit's going on, but I'm not focused.
Dragon Ball Z was the shit.
No, okay, so yeah, I think I got it. You should have got a notification on Facebook. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, so here we go. So, but anyway, no, we got. We'll have Cody on. So he's got his AFC. Is he ready? You think?
I'm gonna send an invite now. He can join whenever.
Before we go to it,
in the last 3 events, he's fighting at the Reunion 7, but he's fought at all the other events.
First off, I want to give a shout out. The CEO, he sent us some a couple of things about his Tiger Life. I don't know if you can see it. Energy. I got the sugarcane one right here, and then I got the non-zero calorie. I mean, this has fucking potassium in it. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. When I crank up with a Tiger Life sugarcane, because I like my natural sugar, I kind of feel like I go Tiger Woods zone, man. I'm serious. Like I'm a fucking killer.
You're going Super Saiyan.
I'm fucking going super goddamn Saiyan. Look, that's why I was telling you, man. These little fucking bare knuckle management motherfuckers that keep calling me out and shit.
You got the tiger's eye, the tiger's life.
Holy shit, Jake! This motherfucker is the for real. It's got like a tangerine, like a citrus. No, Jake, this is the truth, man. The sugarcane one. This is the truth, man. Tiger Life Energy Sugar Drink. I swear to fucking God, on everything I love, it's better than Red Bull. It tastes like tangerine. Oh, I'm ready to go. Let's get Cody on here. I'm in here now. I'm in this. I forgot to tag the CEO of Tiger Life. Look, you need to go to Tiger Life. It's TIGERLI. I mean, it's LYFER. Go to their.com and order that shit, man. This is a drink of bare knuckle. They're very good. It's very good, man. I'm very shocked. Like it's that good. I drank this one the other night, but this one's the best one I've ever had, the red one. And it's got 0 sodium on this one and 0 calories on this one. For you watching your figures and stuff, it will help.
Watching your figure.
You got to watch your figure. Okay, I messed up and didn't tag everybody.
What'd you do?
I got to tag Tiger Life. I forgot to tag them, man. They're for real, man. But look, like, hey, Jake, can you see my screen? Hold on, let me find my. Can you see that?
Oh God.
Can we see this, everybody, while we're waiting? I don't know if my camera.
I don't know if I would show it.
No, it's nothing bad.
You can't.
Well, anyway, Paul from Bare Knuckle Management said he's going to see me soon. And tonight, while we're waiting on Cody, everybody, Bare Knuckle Management wanted me to bring on one of their new up-and-coming fighters on the show tonight to talk about her big fight. We've got Mackenzie right here. Mackenzie just signed with Bare Knuckle Management. She is, what are you? 102-0. She sparred with Ronda Rousey, and she signed a 15-fight contract, Jake. 15 fucking fights. And guess what? She'll probably never get to fight in there. Why, Jake? Fake management, motherfuckers. Don't. There you go. There you go. Look, I got a whole arsenal back here ready for it. Fucking bitches. Go talk shit to me. Talk shit to Jake. They talk shit. Talk about my show.
Nobody talks to me. I don't do that shit, dude. I ain't trying to get into a fight.
Oh, no, they don't. No, dude, no, it's a pride thing, man. You know, this is what it is. They think they can just bully people, man. They're not gonna fucking bully me. Look, my job in my life now is to break news and stop fake management companies. You like my back? You look at my headline. I mean, the police department gave me that. The fake management police. Has Cody? Has he came in the room yet?
I sent it to the wrong email. That's my fault. That's
why we don't. First
I sent it to the wrong one. That's my bad.
Okay. I was trying to figure out where am I at. Okay.
That is my bad. He's coming on.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to find this. God dang it, dude. I have fucking lost my fucking mind today, man. Hold on. I know I just talked to this dude in text message. Yeah. People call me.
Dude, this guy has fought. Cody has fought in almost every single AFC. I mean, he's fought in AFC 2, AFC 3, AFC 4, AFC 5, and AFC 6.
Hey,
that's wild.
That's a lot of fight. And, you know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Some people just don't fight. I mean, Cody fights a lot. I mean, and also we got to ask him about a jiu-jitsu coach because Elijah wants to go up against a jiu-jitsu coach. That's the guy from Triad we was talking about.
Actually, we can confirm it with him. I think all of his wins have come from a submission.
Yeah, he's a real good wrestler background too. He wrestles. He gets wrestling classes.
If what I'm looking at's right, every one of his wins is a submission.
No, yeah, he's
anaconda, arm triangle, another arm triangle. Yeah, I mean
What the fuck is an anaconda, Jay?
It's a snake, dude, and it don't want none.
I know.
Unless you got buns on.
I feel like he's just like a cabot, like he's just wrapping up on him and just.
Ask him. Let's ask him what it is.
That's what we're gonna ask him. That's
Super Saiyan Cody Shelton.
What's up?
I had to give Cody a rundown here on what Super Saiyan was. Apparently, he's not a DBZ fan.
I literally thought you just created the coolest word in the fucking world. I swear to God, I'm serious. I was like, and then Jake's like, he's like, oh no, I was like, shit. I thought you created the coolest word in the world.
No, I'm a huge Vegeta fan.
Hey, man, I was gonna tell you what we was looking at fights, and I always keep up with the AFC, and we're gonna be there at the next one. And dude, your fight coming up, man. Your fight. I mean, that's a good fight, man.
Mike Phillips.
Yeah,
he's a legend. He's been around forever. At one point, he had like a contract with Bellator, and I think he got injured or something, and he was on the Ultimate Fighter tryouts at one point.
Yeah, I was
got your work cut out for you.
No, it should be a fun one for sure.
What's the plan? Jake was asking me. He said like every one of your stuff was
every win is a submission.
Most of them, like on Tap All. There are a few fights that aren't on there, but like my wrestling and ground game's definitely one of my strong points. But my striking's good too. I just usually don't have to show it. But he's like pretty well rounded everywhere. Like he's more of a striker, but most of his wins are by submission. So like
we can expect a good match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one for sure. It's a fight I've wanted for a while because when I first started, one of my off-season wrestling coaches, he had his own promotion, ECI, around here in Huntsville, Scott Jennings, and Mike Phillips was like the man in that promotion. And my first fight, I was like 17, 18 years old, and Mike Phillips was fighting for a pro belt on that card.
Oh wow.
That's what I was wondering. Though.
I mean, that was 10. That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I saw that. You looked really young on your pictures. I saw that. I was looking. I was like, he had to have been super young on those pictures. He had to.
Yeah, I was still in high school.
Dude, that'd be cool as shit. Being in high school fighting. I guarantee I guarantee guys that want to fuck with you and all the girls wanted to be with you, man. In high school fighting on the park.
My first one was actually in a bar that I wasn't even old enough to get into.
Oh God, probably Fubar.
No, but I used to work there actually. But
did you?
It was at
That's why I knew it. I knew you were a guard, but a bouncer. Yes, yeah. I got kicked out of there one night. Did you kick me out?
Was it by me?
I think you drugged me out one night. A bunch of guys did.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God, it was a big incident. Hey, look, it wasn't my fault, but somebody said something.
I'm sorry.
I remember now. There was a big bald-headed dude that was there too. I can't think of his name.
A bunch of big bald-headed dudes.
Yeah, no, but he grabbed me. I never forget.
I was one of the smaller dudes there.
Yeah, this dude grabbed me by my shoulder, and when he grabbed me by my shoulder, I said, "Holy fuck, what the hell is this dude? Like, what do you want? You want to fight?" He said, "Get the fuck out of here." I said, "Okay."
It was probably
Mickey don't take no shit in this club. Mickey don't take no shit.
I used to, hey, what was funny is Mickey was right there, and he actually tried to get me to come back in because he knew I didn't do nothing wrong. And I was like, you know how I am. I was like, fuck y'all, motherfucker. You know, like, let's go right now in the parking lot. And I left. I was like, I was embarrassed, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mickey can get pretty scrappy too. I think he was like nationally ranked in high school wrestling.
Yeah, he got that Chicago attitude.
Yeah. Hey, he said that
he can have a temper sometimes for sure.
I was gonna ask you, you're at Triad right now, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you? The one on Madison or the one on Winchester Road?
I'm at the one on Winchester right now. We just did wrestling, and we're doing MMA class right now.
Oh shit, we're right down the block. I'm right up Moore's Mill.
Really?
Yeah, right up. Yeah, off Oscar Patterson. I'm right up the road.
So your fight's coming up, man. What's the game plan? Everybody has game plans, but I know you don't want to talk about your game plan. But like, I know you said most of yours is submission, most of his submission. Is this going to be? I mean,
well, he's really more of a striker, but like people take him down, but he has good jiu-jitsu. So like that's why most of his wins are by submission. I mean, I feel like I could take him down, but I'm really just prepared wherever the fight goes. Like I'm willing to strike with him if I have to. I'm willing to take it to the ground if I have to, grind it out if I have to, whatever. But I'm like my fighting style, like I always come out hard. I'm always looking for the finish, and he's kind of the same way. So it's pretty much guaranteed fireworks regardless of how it goes.
Is it one of the co-main events, or is it like one of the top at the end of it? Is that how
it actually Sam posted like the fight order somewhere, and it's actually the co-main.
That's what I thought. Billy and then this one.
Figured up by then.
Well, I think it changed because Trevor and God, what's his name?
I know what you're talking about. We were talking about that the other day. I had Trevor. I can't even think of his name.
Yeah, Peak's the main event. I'm the co-main, and then give me a second. I'll find it.
Is Billy and them after that?
Yeah.
Billy's the last fight, I believe.
Or did they make Trevor the main event?
Trevor's the main event now. It's his hometown.
Oh, is he?
Hey, I got to ask you about.
Chris Mims, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask you about Trevor since you're on here and stuff. Okay, are we gonna get that rematch with your boy and Trevor? Are they gonna do it? Are we gonna get that rematch?
I mean, Wilhite wants it more than anybody. He just has to get
so he does. So he does want it though. See, I haven't got to talk to him yet. Trevor.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he want it?
Okay, then that's the match because they're both right. I mean, Trevor, if he wins this fight right here, this is a very big propelling, and then that fight it's got to be the next fight, right?
Yeah, like whenever Wilhite wants it, if as much or if not more than Trevor, like Wilhite's a dog for real. Like as soon as he gets healthy, he was actually injured going into that fight, but as soon as he gets healthy, like he's already wanting to go.
When's he probably gonna get? Will he be healthy for the next event? You think? Does he have to have surgery or something?
I have no idea all the details. You ought to just get him on here.
Oh, I'm gonna message him because I didn't know. I have not heard if he was wanted to fight that fight. Because dude, you have to. The lead up to that fight was a main lead up there, was it not? That was crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, Sam does a really good job getting like big ticket sellers on the card, and Wilhite's he's been around the game forever, and he has like one of the biggest fan bases in the Southeast by far.
I was so jealous not being there that night. We were working, and I was watching it on the side of the road because it was it was everything I could dream of that night, man. There was people in the crowd fighting. It was just what I wanted to see that night.
No, like the first like 2-3 minutes of that fight were like the highest pace ever.
Ever. I was going to say. That's awesome. So, all right. So you get this win right. I got you. You get the win right here. What's like? Are you going to try to get a belt in AFC or what after that? You'll go back for the belts?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I always want a belt, but I'm really like I respect Mike so much. Like he's such a killer. He's like a legend around here. I'm really just worried about that right now. I don't care about anything else.
Jake, he's answering it perfect, man. He sounds like Nick Saban scripting right there. Don't look ahead. That's what I'm talking.
I mean, I've done that before, and it's got me in trouble. Like I really, like, I respect Mike so much. I really don't underestimate him, or like he's coming in there to kill me. So, I mean, he's like a nice dude and stuff. But once those doors close, it's none of that shit matters. Like you try taking each other's heads off. So,
like what weight class are you what weight class are you like? I know this is 165, but is that your weight class or is 155 more your weight? What's your favorite?
No, I'm really a 45er. That's hard to make, but like 55 and 45, really 45 as a pro. I used to compete at 35, but that's rough.
Man, hey Jay, I was going to talk about that. You remember the bare knuckle event the other night? The guy that was supposed to fight Sam that was fighting Tom the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. He was supposed to fight Sam on the card. Did you get to watch it
for like 2 days?
Yeah, did you ever get to watch that bare knuckle the other night in Birmingham?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
The guy that was supposed to fight Sam on the card that just got canceled. Look up his fight when he fought Tom Shelf, the local ninja. A body shot I've never seen before in my life. We heard it in the crowd.
He fucked his liver up.
He was in the hospital for 2 days, man. I mean, I'm talking about. I thought it killed him, and I was hoping he's live, and then they canceled the fight with Sam, and I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I didn't even know he pulled out till the other day.
Yeah, I messaged Sam.
That's what it was.
I messaged Sam, and I said, Sam, he ain't fighting you. And Sam said, what do you mean? I said, I heard it was the worst body shot I ever said. There's no way I think he got carried out. And then Sam said,
I didn't even know he fought.
Yeah, man. He fought bare knuckle
again. The BKFC card, and that one was a last minute one. Like that one was announced like the week of the fight, and then got body shot from hell, and then that was who Sam was supposed to fight in June.
I really wouldn't want to fight bare knuckle anyway, but definitely not when I have a pro MMA fight coming up.
And he fought a guy. Tom Schultz fought in Bellator before. Like he's no joke.
Dog.
I mean, he's a good fighter.
So he was a killer.
Good 155er. Yeah.
He's one of the fan favorites. I mean, he only loses to people that's bigger than him, and I felt like they set this kid up. I told Jake, I said, me and Jake, I was trying to bet Jake, and I bet it didn't last 20 seconds because I mean, we talked to Tom, and we know how Tom. I mean, Tom is a killer, and God dang it, man, I hope the guy gets to fight again. To be honest, it was bad, but who you got?
I tagged you in what I think the fight card is now.
Okay, good. Because that's what it changed. Because I thought Billy was, so that's what I was wondering. Because
Yeah, there's so many fights on that card. It's gonna get switched up. I mean,
I was saying the other day, so I was like, so am I the co-main now? And he said, yeah.
Because you fought, I mean, in basically every single AFC card there's been, right?
All but the first one. The first one, I was supposed to fight for the 135, 145 amateur belt, and my opponent pulled out, and then my opponent, they asked everybody in the Southeast, and everyone turned it down. And they found someone like real short notice, and then 2 days before he tested positive for Hep C, so I ended up not getting a fight on that one. But
so you would have fought in every single AFC then?
What?
You would have ended up fighting in every single one. Are you going to be in if there's an 8? Or you get this win, you're making the jump to whoever signs you, or you just want to fight whoever will give you a contract? You don't give a fuck.
We'll see after this fight. I'm just focused on this one, and then we'll see what's next.
Yeah, that phone rings. Answer it. Even the out of state numbers, you got to answer them all.
Yeah,
not
who
just
you got?
The 256.
I was going to ask you who you got in the Trevor fight and the Billy fight. I know those are the ones for sure. I know I've already talked to those. Who you got in those fights?
The Billy and Trevor, or the Trevor and Chris Mims, that one's really hard to call because Trevor's a dog. He's like so damn scrappy, and he's hard to put away. Like, you really have to finish him. Like, you can't let him stay around. But Chris Mims is kind of the same way. Like, his striking's really good. He's fought on one of the biggest Muay Thai promotions around. And I've seen him get his arm broken in an armbar from a fight, and he still came back and knocked the dude out.
Jesus.
Fuck, Jake. I didn't know that.
He's that too humble. Like, you can't get anything out of him.
He's bigger than Trevor, too. Huh? He's bigger than Trevor. Isn't he bigger than Trevor, too?
He is, because Trevor's really a 55er, but Mims is kind of big, and he's like just as tough, so that's gonna be firework. I really don't know how to call that one.
I've been looking for that because I didn't know he broke his arm and beat somebody. I'm picturing him like snapping it and like beating him with his fucking bones. You know, that's what I'm picturing.
He got it like broken in armbar, and then he like still came back and knocked the dude out.
Your triad buddy's fighting though, right? Tyler Langford?
Yeah, he's here now, and then we also have Billy Bailey on the card. He's a pro also.
Oh, okay.
He's fine. Billy Bailey's fine for the pro 185 belt, and in my opinion, he's like the best 185er in the Southeast.
Oh, hey, tell him I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up because I didn't know he was at triad. Tell him we'll hit him up and we'll grab him on.
Bailey.
Yeah, we told Sam we're gonna get a bunch of people on because we want to kind of figure out because
Billy's a savage. Like, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and then his striking's just as good.
Jesus.
Like, he's a monster for real.
Because after the win,
Tyler's a beast also.
He is a beast. I've seen him fight.
Tyler actually has fought on every AFC.
Tyler's been on every single one too, right? Yeah.
So y'all have a hell of a fight there.
Moore or whatever.
What was that?
He's fighting. What? I don't know that dude's first name. Moore.
I have it right here.
Jalen or Jar.
Jane or Jamar Moore.
Jamar Moore. That's right.
Yeah, I think it's someone from Ohio.
He's an Ohio dude. Yeah. Coming down to get his ass whooped. It's a long drive back with a fucking busted up face.
Yeah, I really don't see no amateur beating Tyler right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long drive back with your face all fucked up, arm broken or something.
We gotta come down there. We ought to come down there since they got so many of them. Just do a live show there, Jake. It's right down the road from you, Jake.
I mean, it literally is. I make 2 turns. I'm on Winchester Road.
Hey, we'll have some fun because look, I let people hit me and stuff like just for like shits and giggles.
He doesn't like autographs and shit. He collects like broken ribs and fucking.
We'll come down there and y'all can eat y'all's favorite moves and we'll go live and y'all can say this is what I like to do right here.
You want to know what an anaconda was? Cody will put you.
Yeah, see that. Okay, tell us what that is. Tell me what the anaconda. I mean, that when I say you won that, I was like, I gotta ask you what that is.
Do you know what a Darce choke is?
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a Darce. It's just the opposite side, like your arm, your like grips on the outside rather than the inside. It's kind of the easiest way to explain it.
Why does it get such a cool name? Why does it get a cooler name? It sounds better than a dart shell.
You get it. You catch it from side control or north south. Where are you putting it in?
He's gonna do it
usually like turtle or front headlock position.
Okay.
Like, say if you sprawled it out or you get on top of them.
Okay.
It's almost the same as the darts, just opposite side.
Okay.
Because the darts you finish like a 3/4 in wrestling. The anaconda you do, it's kind of like the grip would be kind of like a gator roll in wrestling.
That's funny. What we gotta do is we'll come down there and we'll let them all throw me in the moves, and they'll say, "This is the name of it, Jake," and you can say, "Oh, that's the anaconda. Oh, this is it. Oh, what is this? Let's see the gut punch, man. You know." But y'all like that?
Did you get that thing I tagged you in?
Yeah, I was trying to. My phone is my internet's like going crazy. Like I got. Okay, I see it now. That's what I got. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Yeah, we got. So that's the order. That's how they're doing it.
They said it's pretty close to the order, but he told me I was co-main, and I know Trevor's main. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking for that. But hey, you need
to watch Billy Bailey and Chad Finnerty.
Oh, that's gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a good one there. Tell them when you get. I know y'all are training stuff, and we'll get you back to it. Just find out a good night, and I swear we'll roll down there and have some fun, and we'll talk to all y'all, and we'll let y'all darce me up like crazy because I need to see what the fuck this anaconda is, Jake. And hey, we'll bring y'all something. Check this out. These Tiger Energy drinks. It's a drink of bare knuckle. The CEO he hooked us up. Yeah. We'll let you try some of those, dude. When you drink this, you won't ever fucking drink. Look, this one right here is 0 calories. It has vitamins in it. And everything. It's got potassium and all that shit. It's crazy.
You like it better than Bang?
I still like my pre-workout.
I'm not even joking. Look, they sent this to me.
It's pretty good.
This is natural sugarcane. It tastes like citrus. It kind of tastes like you know how not Monster. I think that you know how they got that real hard. Like when you drink it, you can't chug it. You can chug the fuck out of this shit.
I don't know. Cody, you look like you just dry scooped the pre-workout though, right?
Dude,
I've been doing that lately, honestly, because like I always forget my shaker cup. But yeah, that shit's rough.
It's bad. It's like the cinnamon challenge with a kickback though, like a lemonade fucking cinnamon challenge.
I usually 2-scoop pre-workout, so it's pretty rough. I hate doing it, but I do sometimes.
No. But when we come down, we'll just set something up, and we'll bring y'all some of these at 0 calorie. You can try these out, and we'll get them. Send y'all some, dude. Because I'm telling you,
ought to hit them up to sponsor some of us.
You think I'm joking? What do you think? Look. They sent us a whole thing of like because look, we're degenerate.
I love energy drinks for real.
Yeah. So no, just tell you one training night. Y'all got 20-30 minutes, like in the evening. We'll bring the laptop up there. We'll have some fun with y'all, and we'll interview all the guys for the fights. But let y'all, it'll be fun. Yeah. Just let me know, seriously.
Yeah, thanks for coming on with us.
You got any shout-out sponsors or anything?
Yeah. So, for one, Triad Martial Arts.
Oh shit, we lost him.
What does that? Triad Martial Arts. We just lost Jake too. Triad Martial Arts.
What happened?
You're good now. Your camera went
back in. There we go.
Triad Martial Arts. Okay, yeah, I was like, dang, he lost him.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, for one, Triad Martial Arts, like, always helped me get ready for fights. Stephen Wilhite with Phase 3 Performance, Barnett Construction, Cafe 302, Dallas at Inked Up Tattoos, Poorhouse.
That's a good one.
Landers McClarty.
Hey, shout out.
My buddy Keith Young hooked me up with them. They helped me out a lot.
The one in Pebble?
Yeah.
That's the one. I'm right beside it. That's where I'm at. I pass that every day, Jake. That's a good one.
You got to get a Super Saiyan rap Jeep. I'm just saying.
No, after this fight, I'm gonna get a Vegeta tattoo on my arm.
Nice.
When we get off the show, I'm gonna ask you about the furniture factory. Jake, he was the one that they did that wrestling at the furniture factory. And you know how we were talking about doing that sock and block and stuff. So he knows. He was the referee for that stuff, so he knows the people over there. So maybe we can talk to him.
I was the referee for the main event, which was an MMA top match, and you ought to get my boy Dustin Leonard on here because he's a black belt at Triad and he's also a pro wrestler.
Tell him to hit me up. I love that shit, dude. I'm serious because we're gonna do something at the furniture factory. The Sock'em Bock'ems. Y'all never heard of the BMF Federation, the Bad Motherfucker Federation? It's so illegal that it's not even allowed to be on YouTube. That's how we've been doing it for 10 years, haven't we, Jake? We can't even put it on YouTube. It's that illegal.
The Sock'em Boppers battle.
No,
but anyway, man,
hit that up for sure.
But tell you straight up, tell them we'll come by there and we'll get some stuff for Triad and talk about Triad and stuff because I mean it's one of the best in the area. I mean it probably is the best in the area because I mean everybody else quits. You know, Triad's been there forever.
Yeah, Triad's been around since like '96. Like they have more black belts than anyone here in Alabama. Like their jiu-jitsu is like the best in the Southeast by far.
Awesome, man. But yeah, but I know you got to get back to your stuff, man. Thanks for coming on for sure. And just let us know a time and we'll come down there and we'll have some fun.
All right. Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Dude, I'm ready for this AFC card, man. I'm fucking ready for this AFC. Dude, I'm going to let this motherfucker. What was that chokehold again? It wasn't Python. What was it called? What was that chokehold he's going to put me in? Anaconda. I'm going to get put in a fucking anaconda. That's what I've been looking for. Look, I'm going to let him put me in anaconda. I'm going to let somebody head kick me. I'm going to do the whole show. Okay? You know why? Because I'm the fake police. As the thing says, we got to get David on here now. We're running. Because he's only going to have like 15 minutes now. So,
yeah, I know.
Is he ready?
You get so excited.
So excited. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Is he on? Wait, dude, this is fucking drink, man. This is the best drink I've had.
Well, you drank like 2 of them. So I don't think you're supposed to drink that many. You're going to be up all damn night.
Dude, I have to after I smoke all this shit, motherfucker. Look at this shit, dude. It's like I told you I slept. I passed out today. I was like,
oh shit! You got the damn tornado.
No.
We got dangerous David Morgan.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, man. Sorry, man. We got random.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right or no?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Damn. Oh, we got the baddest background yet.
Yeah.
In the fucking gym.
Yeah, I got some of my boys up in here working too.
Oh shit.
My son over there.
I've been seeing your videos, man. Your boxing your footwork looks nasty. It looks good, man. When they gonna let you fight again?
You know what? I don't know. We're working that out as we speak. You know, I heard, at first I was gonna go to toe the line, and then Nate told me that he thinks David might want me at Tampa in July. So, I don't know when yet, but I'm working on getting that second chance.
Well, I was wondering. I know you were talking about Diaz. And we also, the Viking. There's all kinds of 135ers. Is there certain people that you're talking about?
Honestly, I don't give a shit who I fight. They can put whoever they want in front of me, and I'm gonna fight them no matter what. The Diaz thing, that's just that's personal, honestly, man.
Let's talk about it. I love personal.
Let's do. So, we come from the same tryouts. Huh? Hold on a second. I know they're not. My headphones apparently aren't working.
Oh shit!
It's all good. Can you guys still hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we both went to the same tryouts here in Phoenix. And I saw him hustling, bro. Like even after the tryouts, I was already in. I originally went to the tryouts to hold mitts. Nate paid me to go hold mitts.
You fought a lot for Dave already. You've already fought a lot for Dave. I've already read. You fought for all his organizations before, so know Dave.
I fought for Dave back here in Scottsdale, Arizona. He used to come out here, 3 times a year, and he had Bad Boy Boxing and then Bad Boy MMA, and I've done his 3 fights in one night tournament, and I've also competed MMA for him too. So But yeah, me and David Diaz, we met at the tryouts, and then I bullshitted with him there, and then followed him. And he was grinding, bro. He was grinding. He was like me. We were grinding, making our own shit, promoting ourselves, and I ended up inviting him out here to Phoenix again. And it came out. I held some mitts for him. We did a little bit of sparring and shit like that. And then I told him, you know what, man? Why don't you come to Knucklemania with me? I think it could help you out. Took him. I
remember this.
Yeah, he slept in my hotel. Matter of fact, I gave him the damn bed in the one we had. I had like a little suite, had a bedroom and shit. I said I let him had 2 beds in there, but I let him sleep in there. I slept on the couch, and we go to Knucklemania, get him in free. La da. Because of how my fight happened, he just turned around and started talking shit. Oh, I do better. I do this, all that. Hey, sorry.
After you train with him, he's training with you and he's talking shit about you. That's not right, man.
Nah, exactly. Well, see, he went into the hallway after my fight, after I called it out, because I couldn't move that fight. My hip went out. I tried to fight. I didn't know that's what happened at first during mine and Travis's fight. If you actually go back and rewatch that fight, the first 10 seconds, I counter him. He throws the overhand. I counter it with an overhand. And Travis's jaw, his goes like this, and he kicks his feet up, and I tripped over him. I tried to pivot over, but his foot hit mine, hip popped out. First 10 seconds of that fight. Go watch it.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you, I saw it, man, and I had my hip popped out 5 years ago. That's no fucking joke, man. People don't understand that. They don't understand.
Even during the rounds, my corner was like, "Hey, dude, the uppercut's right there all day. He keeps ducking his head on exchanges. Just I need you to get low, get down to his level." And I literally looked at him and go, "I can't bend my knees, dude." And yes, sir.
Yeah.
But so after that, David Diaz started talking shit, and then pretty much I came home, back to Phoenix, and I was just sitting here one day, and he hits me up. He goes to Joey's camp. And which actually he wasn't going to do at first either. He had to try to scrounge money up, and that's why I said, "Hey, save your money. I'll pay for you to get into the fights, all this other shit. So you can go train over there to Joey and shit." And as soon as he goes to Joey, he was like, "I've been home for 2 days, dude." And he calls me up. "Oh, I heard you're talking shit. Fuck you, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Bro, if I had something to say, I'll say it to your goddamn face. The fuck? Take him out. Please stop."
Dude, that's hilarious. So he basically, you took care of him and got him there, and then it's kind of like dating another girl. He cheated on you with Joey.
Kind of, in a sense, but I don't take away his hustle. He hustled to get where he's at. Period. He's very good at promoting himself. I don't take none of that away from him. But not even a thank you, not even, "Hey, David, you should come check out Joey's camp." Fucking none. It was literally a fuck you, like you said.
Usually, like
it's like he said, it's like he said in, I can't remember whose interview it is. I had to be fake. He said I faked it, because see what my division's like. Blah 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 blah. He called himself fake on live. I don't even think he knows it.
Oh, now we got to make that fight.
Hey, do you really believe he got a 5-fight deal?
I don't know. He says
I don't. Why would you do that? He had 1 fight. I mean, like, people get 3-fight deals, but 5 fights.
Is he a fake management fighter?
I don't. That's funny. Which fake manager are we talking about here?
I look at look. I'm the police. Look at my name.
I'm the knuckle management with Paul. Hey man, I've already had my fucking issues with that boy too.
Hey, look, man, they threatened me. Look, I could show you. Like, he's coming to see me. Look, it's Cody.
Paul said he's gonna come see us.
They're gonna fuck me up because I heard. Look, I didn't know. Look, I had an announcement tonight. Paul had a new fighter they signed today. This is Mackenzie. She's 102.
Yeah,
very cool management. She is really good. But she just signed a 15-fight contract. But she may never
contender right there, huh?
Number one right here.
150-0.
Oh shit.
That's the fake shit. No, that's what I was saying. When I heard the 5-fight contract, I was like, that's a big contract just to
that is a big contract. But then again, I mean, he is over with Joey, and that does bring some good hype to him, and who knows,
Yeah.
So are they talking that fight to you? Is that something they're?
I made a post a while ago, clowning on him and shit. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
And I actually
I see them all.
I tagged Nate in it and everything. And, I was like, hey, Nate, not to put our conversation on blast, blah, 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 blah. And, out of respect, Nate called me like, hey, bro, pull it down. So I pull it down, because I figured that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But he said, hey, if you want Diaz after the fight, call him out. If he wins, call him out. We'll make it happen. And I'm calling him out, bro. Like, in my opinion, I let you in my home, dude. I own my own gym here in Phoenix. It's not the greatest gym. I opened it during COVID. I took my unemployment money and I built a gym, dude, just to be able to.
Hustle.
That's respect. People don't do shit like that. People buy. That's respect there. I didn't know that. That's fucking respect.
They buy a damn PS5 and then pawn it in fucking 3 months.
I'd rather try to make something so I could be able to pay my mom's rent or somebody, or be able to make it. I'm struggling right now as it is, just with this fucking place.
Dude, but you're training with the crippler though, still, right?
Yeah. So I went out. I did go out to San Diego. I got to go to his house, train with him at his house. I went a couple for 2-3 days. Even got over there with Joe Vargas at the arena, worked with him. So I was going out when I went out there. So literally, get this, right? I was stressing, didn't have much money. Me and Chris worked our deal out. I literally got in mine and my wife's Jeep, drove there, got out of the car, trained with Chris, and then went and slept on the beach that night, like in the car with me, because I took my dog with me. Turned around, woke up in the morning, went over to the arena, trained with Joe Vargas, which is, his boxing coach. And then at 11 a.m. and then 4 p.m. turn around, worked with Lieben again. And then same thing the next day, and then drove home right after.
Okay, so Nate Shook, why are you not giving him a contract, man? He's sleeping in his van on a fucking beach training with
his Jeep.
I mean, come on, god damn it, give him a contract. I mean, that's what, because I was watching your video.
It will happen, man. It's Chris is a good dude, man.
I love it.
He's got that dude, for as scary looking as he is, has the biggest damn heart, man, and I got all the respect and love for that dude. Like I think I had to go die for that motherfucker. Real talk.
He's one of my favorites. I went to an event. I had a shirt, and I lost his shirt in my divorce. Some of my great shirts I bought in fight events and stuff. My ex-wife still had. I think she burned them on Facebook or something. But he was one of my.
If she burned Chris Lieben shirts, that's fucked up.
Oh, she's a bitch, man. Oh, she's a fucking cunt. I can tell you that right now. But no, I'm saying straight up. I was one of my favorite shirts. It had the crippler, had some kind of blood on it. And after the fight, I didn't get to talk to him, but somebody got in a fight in the crowd, and I thought there was a blood stain, but it probably was a ketchup stain, so I never it stayed on it.
You're like, that was from the crippler.
I know, that's right. Like that. I don't have any more, so I'm gonna have to get another one of his shirts, man. But we know that's why. Is there anybody else besides him you want to fight?
Honestly, I want to fight everybody. I want to fight everybody in my division, dude. I'll fight.
Ready.
Like, I'm sorry, man. I want Travis. Of course, it's redemption, but I'll let things fall in place. You know what I mean? He's got his hands full with Kid Gotti. He's got things coming with that kid. That kid's good, man. I'm supposed to get down there and work with him too. But
that's what I was. What about this? Have you been looking into this bare knuckle MMA stuff they're having in Florida? Have you looked into that any?
No. I've seen that, Jorge Masvidal is, putting it on and everything like that. And I was waiting for somebody to do it, it was bound. I just didn't know if BKFC was going to take that step first or what. But, it's going to be exciting, but I just don't see it being as exciting as just regular bare knuckle, man.
The grapplers, they don't understand. The grapplers won't have the gloves. The grapplers have a lot more it's going to help. I think it's going to help the grapplers more than they understand. That's what I think. It could be boring, maybe a lot more boring.
I think it's going to be more boring, dude. Because it's really not changing much of MMA besides you're taking the gloves off, which I get it. Okay, cool, it's brutal, but ain't nothing more brutal than standing toe to toe, fucking banging the fuck out. Period.
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't get even more entertaining than that.
Yeah.
Did you see Reddick that was on the card in Birmingham? He's 6'3", but he fought at 135.
Hey, I'll fight Reddick too, man.
I'll go ask you. I know that everybody, we were there, and I mean, he looks really massive, but the guy
he's tall as shit. He's 6'3", but here's my thing, man. All my career, I've been fighting at 45, 55. I've even fought at 70 at one point. I fight tall dudes all the time. I got long ass reach. I can fight going backwards if I need to, and I will hit you. Period.
I was going to ask you that's I mean, he did good, but the guy he fought, he knocked that tooth out of that guy. I didn't think some of the fights they had that night, some of the guys shouldn't have been in the ring. It was like the guy that fought Tom.
And that's going to happen, you know, especially with how, you know, tryouts are going and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's kind of part of it, you know, to see who's who and what, you know.
That guy that fought Tom, whether not kill him.
But yeah, you know, to put somebody like that against Riddick, you know what I mean? I could see, you know, Riddick, he's got some hands, man. You know, and he can move for a tall dude.
I was there. Brandon was calling him out while he was there. I was like, "Oh shit, whatever! Don't be doing that. It's a big motherfucker."
Yeah, I love Brandon. But over calls out everybody. He just
I love Brandon to
fight, which I don't blame him. I just want to fight too. You know what I mean? So of course he's gonna call out everybody. It keeps the attention. I mean, even my son calls him the green-haired dude, and my son's 5 years old.
Well, you didn't see Jorge's MMA thing. They're sharing Brandon's hair with Kid Gotti's in the picture. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like Brandon's getting shared with Jorge's thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like they gotta let him fight.
Brandon did good, man. He built himself a brand. You know, he made himself a brand, which is good.
Yeah,
and that's really what the main goal is. You know, get that exposure. And once you have that exposure, it's on how you run with that exposure. You know, but you got what, babe? What was that saying your cousin said? You can walk the talk, but you talk the walk.
Yeah,
some shit that said. Yeah. It's different from how that normally said, but you know.
I get you. No, but I saw the Diaz stuff. I'm gonna send him a message. I think he only does Does he just do Instagram? I don't think he's on Facebook.
Yeah, I think he just has an Instagram and he has Snapchat.
Jake, you got Snapchat?
Yeah, I know he has Snapchat. He's got Instagram, and I know he's on Twitter, I believe, and then.
I think
he does have a Facebook, but he doesn't use it as much.
That's
you can get him on right now. Hey, you want to see a fight? That's gonna be a fight. Because I don't take nothing away from the kid, man. You know what? He hustled his ass.
He's a dog.
Where he's at, and him and the Viking kid, man. Hey, they put on a hell of a show. Period. That's what the crowd wants. They want a fucking hell of a show. It doesn't matter who the hell it is. They just want a good fight. And
you know that guy never sparred. Did you know that? He never sparred one time before that fight, the Viking?
No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't really know much about him until, you know, after the fight. I know a lot of good history, a little bit about him now, just because of mutual people. And I do my research, but, you know, I don't know. But it was a good fight, bro. We'll just keep it at that. But, you know, if El Nino wants to fight me like that with his hands down, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because I mean, both of those guys, anyone will be a good fight. But yeah, no, we had him on the show right after the fight, and he was like, "No, I've never sparred before. Never sparred one time." I was like, "Holy fuck, literally, like not one time." Like, okay, like Jay, what do you say, Jake?
Hey, no, he's got to have done some street underground shit somewhere because you don't have them skills like that for nothing.
I know he was smooth. I was like, if not, he needs to teach classes.
Hey, he did have some good head movement, man. The Viking kid has some really.
I know.
I was And like you guys said about me, man, I'm all about my head movement and my feet work, man. And you know that's especially what Chris is having me do. He's tightened up my feet work, and that's why I'm moving a lot more. It took me about almost a month since February, to actually be able to start moving like that again fully. So.
No, I see your videos, man. I mean, they look good. Like you got the bungee on. You can see like your angles, everything you're turning. Like, I mean, you look in shape, and that's why I was like, there's got to be a fight coming up because I mean, there's certain people you see training on Facebook. You're one of them.
I stay ready, bro. I'm in my gym day in, day out. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize, but I pretty much damn near train 7 days a week, over 8 hours a day, with breaks pretty much. So I'm mainly just trying to focus on making sure like my movement's going to be good with my hip and everything, and just develop more power, I probably shouldn't say it, but even Chris, man, we were doing some mitt work and shit, and I landed a hook on one of the combinations he has me doing, which I practiced still to this day since last time I was out there, again and again and again and again and again until I have this shit fucking mastered.
Hell yeah, that's what you do, man.
But I hit him with a hook, under the bodysuit, and he literally goes, "Dude, God damn, that was a lot of power right there." He goes, "That would put anybody out. That would put me out." He said that would have put me on my ass. And
what do you?
I was like,
that?
"Oh my God!"
When the crippler did that, did you get a chub? When he said that to you, did you say, "Holy fucking shit"?
I said, I was like, "Oh my God."
I gotta get home. Let's go. I gotta get home. I would have been like, can you say that again? Hold on a second. Can you? But I know you got your class.
At that time, we weren't recording. It was a little bit after that he was like, "All right, pull out the phone. Let's get a little clip or whatever of the combination, and you can use it, and post it." And
awesome.
Stuff.
I know you got a class coming up, man. You got any sponsors you want to shout out or anything?
So actually, let me get to my class at 6:30. I can still have a few more minutes if you guys want.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the most part, I also started my own brand, LGD, Let's Get Dangerous, and also off of that, Bloody Knuckle Extreme Wear. Two new lines, so you guys can go to reaper1.co. Same thing as the Bare Knuckle Freak. I'm also a Bare Knuckle Freak ambassador, so if, you guys want to help a fighter out, go to Reaper Co. Anything you buy on there, put it in Morgan 10. It'll give you a little bit of discount. I think it might even save you on shipping. And help us out, dude, man.
I saw the shirts, man. They're cool looking, man. It's some cool looking shirts. That's why I was wondering. I didn't know if that was yours because I saw you sharing it, and I was like, that's pretty cool looking shirt.
The LGD, Let's Get Dangerous. That was actually supposed to be my walkout shirt, or not walkout shirt, but afterwards shirt of the Knucklemania fight. Which I trademarked that logo too, which that's this one right here. From a poster right there. This one right here.
Yeah.
I have that I have that trademark now. And then the Bloody Knuckle Extreme Wear. We got that trademark, and I designed that logo myself too. So
but no, I was gonna tell you, David, see, I'm on a mission to stop fake management companies taking advantage of fighters.
Yeah.
So I was going to tell you, you're going to you see it on social media.
The whole conversation with Paul to where I finally figured out what the fuck he was up to, called his ass out on shit, and then what did he do? Block me.
Let me tell you what the motherfucker did to me. This is true. So he had his supposedly son message me and said I made a picture of a bunch of dolls, and I'll tag you in it where they got signed, and it was funny shit because, man, they're signing 150 fighters, and then they're telling the fighters after you're signed you got to go to tryout. That's fucking bullshit. So the way
some bullshit.
So he sent me a message. I said, dude, I was making a joke. He sent you a message. I'm gonna come find you. I'm like, what? It ain't that fucking hard to find me, Like I see, because it's just unreal. He's ripping people off. I think he's ripping people off.
Well, of course, people off. Who's actually really fought that is signed with them that we know about?
The Marine.
Okay.
That was the only one. And you know what? I hate to say it. The other companies need to grab that guy. That guy's a bad motherfucker. He killed Stan.
I agree with that too.
And then he's got Misfit. And Misfit's already a fighter. And then they got a few. And then I'll tell you what. I can't think of her name. She has the red hair. I can't wait to see her fight. She looks like she's gonna kill somebody. I can't. Pittman. I think Pittman. I think she's gonna be a dog.
She's gonna be. I think there's some upcoming women, period, that are gonna be fucking take people by storm, dude.
Hey, let me tell you what I think he's doing. I think he's trying to sign a bunch of fighters and start his own promotion.
Maybe.
That's what I think he's doing. There you go, Paul. I said it, Paul.
But good luck. It's a fucked up industry out there, bro.
I know you got. Hey, we got Jeff Houston about to come on, and I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna try to talk about the Diaz spot for you with him.
Yeah.
And I know you're about
real quick, David Diaz, bro. You know what's the fucking deal, and you know we're gonna fucking fight. So don't run and don't be fucking little bitch about it. Fucking man up, sign a goddamn contract, and let's do the fucking thing, bro.
Hey, you think he'll come on the show with you and we'll talk about it?
Sure, why not? Hey, at the end of the day, I don't have hatred for him. I got love for the kid, but you pretty much came in my house and said fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, nah. You could have done it a whole different way, Bubba. Whole different way. So,
send him a message and send my stuff to him, and we'll set it up. We'll get him on, and we'll get this thing. Because I want to see this fight because this has got some good stuff to it. I want to see this.
Oh, hey, you got two guys from the same tryouts. Okay, not only we're from the same tryouts, we linked up after the tryouts. Then we went to I brought him to Knucklemania. Then he fucking, oh, fuck you. You talking shit, bullshit. Fucking, nah, I'm talking shit now. You know, and then that's even best is he's got who in his corner? The heavyweight champ.
You got the fucking crippler though, man.
I got
you
the
got
crippler. The crippler. Hey, whose fighter's gonna win? You got the heavyweight champion. You got the crippler. Whose fighter's gonna win? No, I'll respect to Joey though. I'll respect. You know, hat off. To Joey.
But no, seriously, message him and we'll set something up. But we're gonna get Jeff on here right now. But hey, man, thanks for coming on, man. We'll be watching for real.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Sorry, my dad.
Hey, awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, kick fucking ass, man.
Hey, I'm doing my best, and you know.
Hey, keep doing the videos. Footworks look good, man. Footwork looks good.
Cool. Yeah, I actually got told by a fan the other day that I need to start posting more videos. I haven't been posting. Hey. They don't know what's going on with me.
Hey, I need more David Morgan versus the baboon videos, please.
All right.
There you go.
I got you. My wife back here is like, yes.
Do it, man. Seriously.
Maybe like a zebra, a fucking, you know, something. You just switch anything. A gator.
No,
you versus one of them little javelinas out there running around.
Yeah. Well, my son right there.
Yeah.
Hey, 4 years old, bro. Put you in an armbar.
Hey, that's what you do, man. That's what you teach them at the right age.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna actually do like a whole like a mini doc, like almost record myself for a whole day, so the viewers, fans, everybody can kind of see what I go through on a daily basis, at least for maybe a day or two, maybe a week. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Definitely want to do something soon with the fight because I'm gonna be going out to San Diego pretty much for a whole month, and get ready to knock somebody the fuck out.
Hey, but tag him and I'll message him and I'll set. It can be later than this. It can be super late because it don't matter, and I'll set something up and we'll have some fun.
All right, cool.
All right, man. Just let me know.
All right, man.
You got David leaving here tonight. Hell of a job tonight,
David.
David.
For joining us.
What's that?
Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
guys.
man. Thanks, man.
We'll talk.
I
just cut him off short. My bad. I cut him off short.
Hey, I told you, man. He's training for real, man. I've been saying he's like, dude, fucking lived with him and then do that to him. That's some shady motherfucking shit. They got to fight now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. Hold on.
Wait, are you really good? Are you gonna do a real introduction? Hold on.
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston. Was that bad? Well, that was pretty bad, I think.
It's not that it was bad. It's just I'm the pro and you're not.
That's what I told him. Look, before we talk about fights, man, how do you keep your voice like that, man? You do a hell of a job. Do you have to train like every day to keep your voice? Because when you did that main event the other night, I looked at Jake and I said, Bruce Buffer ain't got shit on you. I was like, that was for real, man. That was one of the best introductions I've ever been in.
The best in the world don't have to train. They're the best in the world for a reason. And that reason is that it's just a gift. It's a given. It's just au naturel. If I'm training my voice, then I'm doing something wrong. I go in there with zero prep work. I'm not there to train. I'm there to be the best in the motherfucking world.
Hell, Jake, that's what I was talking about.
You got some stuff. I'm assuming most of it's written down, but I feel like the best work is going to be when you just ad-lib it and just throw it in, or is it always written down?
Oh no, I never write anything down except the particulars.
Just the names and all the facts and stuff.
Just the particulars, because the best announcers in the world are the ones who, commit a lot to memory. And they spend more time looking out at the crowd, looking at the camera, making better eye contact with those watching. Those who, bury their nose in their cards. I mean, those are the ones that never truly understand the performance of what we do.
Yeah, because you kind of just look at it quick, and then it's all eyes on you. You know what I mean? You got the mic.
Well, I never want it to be all eyes on me. I'm just that damn good that it happens.
Well, yeah, all ears on you at least.
I'm a confident man. What can I say?
I listened to your show, and that's why I was telling Jake, I was like, man, this guy talks wrestling, MMA, and all this, and I was like, we were looking up how many promotions has he announced for?
80 plus. I mean,
80. Do you still do Roy Jones?
Yeah, I still work with Roy Jones. I still work with Icon Fighting Federation. Still working with Road Fighting Championship over there in South Korea. In fact, I actually just got the green light to go back in July. I'm really stoked about that. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Yeah. We just got the green light on that because they're allowing people back that have been vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, you don't have to quarantine for 2 weeks. So that's good about that. Unfortunately, with my Russian promotion, ACA, there's some shit going on with the United States Treasury that I'm not really going to get too much into, but let's just say that there are some sanctions in place that are preventing me from working with them right now. And it's really regrettable, unfortunately, because that's one of my favorite clients.
Hey, over there, if people don't watch it because the language, but if you ever watch one of their shows, that's some of the best fighting from Russia when they fight. That's some of the best fighting.
Oh, they don't play. They don't play. They know exactly what they have to gain from fighting on that platform, and they know where they want to go. I mean, it's no surprise that we're seeing more and more Russian and Chechen fighters that are making a name for themselves in the UFC and here in the US.
Yep.
Khabib has brought it over, and his little team right now, I mean, it's nasty. I mean, they take you down. They beat the shit out of you, and it's not even fair. That's what they do.
Well, that's what's interesting about it, and that's why I like their team, because they're not a lay and pray team. They'll take you down, they'll beat the shit out of you, and that's exactly what people want. Nobody wants a lay and pray session. That's boring.
Yep. Yeah. John Fitch. I always used to say that was a John Fitch fight back in the day. John Fitch, he would always take you down. He'd kind of lay on you a little bit, and he would just grapple you back in the day. But man, when Khabib they take you down, they beat the shit out of you until you want to be choked out.
Khabib is not offering you any kind of down pillow while you're down there.
No.
Let me just tell you that, man. He's saying, no pillow for you, no blankets for you. I'm taking you down. I'm gonna put you to sleep.
I know. Because I know you do all the promotions. I was going to ask you. I see everybody talks bare knuckle and everybody asks the same questions. But is there any up and coming MMA fighters from some of those promotions or boxers that you see that's coming up that's going to be something in a few years? Do you have any that you would like to throw some names out?
Well, obviously, the one that I want to talk about the most is the one that I believe our president, David Feldman, is most excited about, and that's Wanderlei Silva. That's going to be fun stuff to see the Axe Murderer. We've seen him as a guest. He was there joining us at BKFC 8, and he's excited about the product. And I would just like to see the possibilities of the Axe Murderer without any gloves. How old he is, it's irrelevant to me. Who cares about that? It's just the prospect of him without gloves. This man was dangerous. This man was dangerous enough with 4-ounce gloves. Just imagine you take those away.
Look at his face. You couldn't even do nothing to his face. I mean, his face is just carnage. It's just freaking carnage, man.
I don't think vanity is going to be a thing with Wanderlei Silva, man. In fact, actually, every scar that he will get from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship will just give his face that much more character.
Who do you think would? I mean, I'm telling you, you got to be a dog to step in there with him because I mean, he's crazy. Who do you think they would put in there with him? Is it going to be 185 or 205?
It's really going to depend on his training regimen and where he's at. Where he's at. I mean, it depends on the camp. A lot of people would probably like to see him at 205, and I would, if I were to guess, I would believe cruiserweight would probably be a good starting point for him because it's not a drastic weight cut for him first out. He can walk around with a few extra pounds and kind of gauge how the squared circle treats you because it's a completely different environment inside the squared circle as opposed to the cage. So I think starting at cruiserweight would probably be the better logical point for him to start at because at that point he can say, you know what, am I carrying around a little bit too much? We'll go ahead and we'll push it back down to 185.
Or you think they're going to bring somebody in for him to fight, or is it going to be somebody that's on the roster already?
it's kind of difficult to see who's going to be first. You know, the only reason that Britton Hart was first against Paige Van Zandt is because of the statement that she made. And everybody knows that. She made the statement. She knew when to choose her moment. And she was blunt, to the point. There's no way that you could deny her that opportunity after all of that, because that made headlines. People were talking. When people get talking, people want to buy pay-per-views. People want to buy tickets. They want to see what's going to happen with someone like Britton Hart stepping up against a pedigreed athlete like Paige Van Zandt. And as you all know, gentlemen, the rest is history. So yeah, I'm not sure who they would put in there.
What about Lorenzo?
No. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think that they would put a seasoned bare knuckle fighter in there against him at the beginning. It really wouldn't look good for him, because the thing about it is that some fighters, especially when they have, I said before, like this amazing athletic pedigree that they're known for, a lot of them don't necessarily want to get embarrassed the first fight out. Now, I'm not saying feed someone to Wanderlei Silva when he decides to go out there, but find him someone who's going to be a good first match for him, that maybe he's not necessarily going to kill him, but he could get a decisive knockout over. So I think Lorenzo would be a ridiculous uphill battle for Wanderlei Silva the first time out, because Lorenzo's cut his teeth in bare knuckle.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog.
He's a future world champion, 100% guaranteed, man. He will have gold around his waist.
Yeah, they just ain't made the belt yet. That's the only reason he don't have it.
Oh, the belt's there. It's just that we gotta put the chess pieces in place.
Yeah, but no, I Crazy Horse. I'm hoping he'll be in the crowd then, because him and Wanderlei, they have that beef. You ever watch those? I remember back in the day, that was some of the Pride back in the day was some of the best stuff. Just the entertainment alone. They hated each other. Some of the stuff they did. That's why that's a good now. I really want to see him fight. You think he's gonna fight sometime soon?
I'm just the ring announcer, dude. I have no idea on the inner workings as of yet. Everybody thinks that I know the inner workings just because I'm part of the company, man. I'm just there to add sizzle to the steak. As far
you got the best job. I mean, I've always thought about, like, what if every job pays the same, and like what would I do? I never once thought ring announcer, but I think it just skyrocketed to the top of my list. I mean, if I had the voice, but like, you got the best seats in the house. You go to all the fights. It's fucking awesome. I'm kind of jealous a little bit.
It's awesome, but the funny thing about, and I think that it's kind of a mystique about my profession, is everybody thinks that they can do it.
Oh,
it's almost like so many people think that, they take a look at the commentator role, and a lot of people will respond, no way I can do that. You've got to tell a story. You got to know the particulars. You have to have a background on it. But the casual fan, I could totally do the ring announcer job. I could totally do that.
No.
And I kind of scoff at that. I laugh at that, because people just have no idea the science that is involved once you reach a certain level. I mean, if you end up becoming like, a regional announcer and you start doing, kind of, house shows and such, well, then you can be a little bit more animated and such. But once you reach a certain level, man, every movement, everything you do has a purpose. There's no wasted motion.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite fight the other night in Birmingham?
Definitely Bobo O'Bannon and Zach Kalmus. That was super intense. It was the right call to give that the fight of the night honor. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
It was fast. Zach definitely belongs in bare knuckle. Cardio conditioning is definitely going to be part of his next training camp, 100%. He went out there a little too Ultimate Warrior for me.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Bobo took 40 shots from himself before the fight even started, though. He was beating the shit out of himself walking in.
When Zach
he picked his shots, he picked his shots right. He let him step on the gas.
Yeah,
because he figured that he was going to start gassing out.
Gas him out. Yep.
And then if you started seeing, he started slowly and very methodically picking him apart,
like the Rocky move, almost like Baby Rocky.
When Zach walked out, we were at the table seats kind of close to the walkouts. he hit himself one time so hard. I mean, I was like, I thought he about knocked himself out walking to the ring.
I saw that. I'm like, dude, I understand the psych out, but please don't put yourself in the position to where you're going to be your own worst enemy.
Right.
And then screaming at the camera, I really think he gassed himself. I think that's a lot. People don't. And then the adrenaline rush.
The adrenaline just gasses yourself out as soon as you hit that first bell. Your adrenaline shot.
Oh, it's nothing but adrenaline. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the perspective of a fighter, and I've got to believe that the adrenaline is about 1,000,000 times that much more paramount than what I'm going through. Even though that, there's 1,000,000 gallons of adrenaline in what I do for a living, but for a fighter, especially a bare knuckle fighter on top of that, knowing what you're stepping into, that this is not a contest, this is not about, this is a fucking fight.
Dude, I was gonna ask you, Tom. We have Tom on a few times. That body shot Tom threw the other night, that was nasty, wasn't it?
Ooh, gypsy body shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a gypsy body shot right there, man. That reminded me of the Bobby Gunn liver shot. It was clean, it was effective, and it was right on point. I mean, we all know, especially those of us who follow combat sports, you get that clean liver strike, dude. That's an off button.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Everything shuts down.
You can't do anything. I mean, your whole body shuts down.
It does, and that's what happened.
We have a friend that was supposed to be fighting that guy on his own on a card up here, the AFC MMA card.
AFC card.
I sent him a message that night. I said that dude ain't fighting. They had to cancel the fight right after that because he was. I mean, I was like, "There's no way."
He was in the hospital for a couple of days.
I would be surprised if he was pissing a little blood after that.
Yeah.
And after Tom did it, did you see how Tom looked at the crowd and he was just standing there like that evil look? I was like, they fed that kid to the dogs, man, because Tom was a different animal that night, man. 155.
Tom's a different animal now. Tom has actually become a different animal as he's evolved. He is really the quintessential bare knuckle fighter. He's got the look, he's got the talent, and he needs to stay at 155. Yep. He needs to stay at 155. I believe he is going to be a force, and the 155 division is going to start to see a whole bunch of new names. As we all know, what's coming up in June, we've got the 155-pound championship, Luis Palomino, and of course, my guy, Tyler Goodjohn. I think we're going to see a different Tyler Goodjohn in that fight because I don't think that we're going to see bobbing and moving as much. I think we're going to see a more deliberate Tyler Goodjohn in this fight, and knowing that fight's going on, I'm sure Tom Shoaf is going to be looking from the sidelines. He's going to be taking notes. He's going to be saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm working towards. And you're just seeing a different fighter. But we did have a long talk the last time that he was on Loudmouth Fisticuffs, which was the last show. And we said, dude, you were tailor-made for 155. You step outside of that and you're going to be in the squared circle with guys that unfortunately have more knockout power.
Well, he said the only guy that scares him is Palomino.
I don't think he's scared. I think that it's a more elevated sense of things.
It's like more of a fantasy. Like that's the only one that he feels like can give it to what he give him the dog fight that he wants. I think that's the only one he's had.
Well, we know for a fact that Tom Shoaf can survive a war. He's done it. He's done it.
Yeah.
And they're bigger too. Those guys were all bigger than him too. Every one of those guys were bigger.
Look at him and Joe Elmore. Joe Elmore had him by 10, 15 pounds probably after when they stepped into the ring. And Tom Shoaf made a bloody mess of his face. Now, granted, he did get the knockdowns, which once again proves that at that weight class, there was more knockout power from Joe Elmore at 165 than there was from Tom Shoaf. But take that back down to 155, and that's where Tom has the edge over a lot of fighters. So he's going to be a wild card at 155.
Yeah, he was talking about.
He doesn't fight in Florida anymore. I think he'll be all right with those 10-8 rules.
He outstruck. I mean, if you look at the strikes with him and Joe, I mean, he outstruck Joe a lot. I mean, it was a huge amount. It was just the knockdowns.
He would have won the fight if it weren't for the knockdowns, 100%. And we all know that. And he was frustrated. You saw the frustration every single time that he was knocked down. He was. Yep. It's almost like he was saying to himself, "You're better than that, Tom."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you know how hard it is to go the distance in a bare knuckle. I mean, just that last one in Birmingham shows that only one, maybe two fights went past the second round. Most of them ended in the first or early in the second. It's hard to get to a decision in bare knuckle. Very hard. You got to be a dog.
Well, that's the thing. I was talking with Josh Burns, and this was right before his fight with Frank Tate, and he was saying that bare knuckle is where more heart is exposed in the ring than almost any other combat sport that there is. And I took that into consideration, started thinking about that, because as you guys know, I've been here since moment one. But then again, you've got a veteran, seasoned person like Josh Burns, who's not only fought bare knuckle here but across the pond. And having him say that, it made me realize that he's right. He's absolutely right. Heart plays a huge factor in how you push through a bare knuckle fight.
I think that we learned a lesson, like why the UFC fighters don't take last minute fights when people get injured and stuff. I think Burns, he overlooked Frank. And Frank, hometown boy, had all the Sweet Home Alabama coming out, the adrenaline rush of the crowd.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or not, that's a lot of pressure coming down on you, knowing that the last minute replacement for you is the hometown hero.
That walkout when they played Sweet Home Alabama was crazy.
Oh, it was appropriate.
I mean, I was waiting. I can't believe it took that long for someone to do it.
When Burns started coming out dancing to Justin Timberlake, I was like, oh my God. And look, Matt, he's a bare knuckle most wanted. You can ask him. I said, I feel a Buster Douglas coming. The night before, I said, I just got this feeling, man. And then when he walked out to Justin Timberlake and he came out to Sweet Home Alabama, I said, Jake, this is it. And it happened.
I finished my beer quick. I was like, this is going to be my last one.
I don't know if it's a Buster Douglas situation, because Frank did the smart man's fight this time around. He absolutely utilized his distance.
Yeah.
Genius. He absolutely stuck that jab into Josh's face, and Josh had a hell of a time closing the distance. I mean, Josh is my height. Josh is my height. And Frank Tate says he's 6'4". I actually think he's closer to 6'5".
Oh, he's tall.
Plus also he's got long arms. I mean, we're talking John Jones reach.
Yeah.
That he's got.
He was in good shape.
He was in better shape in this one than his last fight, and that's because he was already set to fight on the card to begin with. It's just, as we know, 3 to 4 days prior, we had that dropout. So unfortunately for Dylan Kleckler, because of the injury, and boom, he comes in at the main event, and he's the ticket pusher out of the entire show.
Yeah, is he next in line? Since that was Burns was, if he won, he got the title shot. Are they going to give it to Frank, or is this going to be one?
Oh no.
I don't think.
I sincerely doubt that they're going to give him that after that, because Josh was going to be in line, because as we all know, the fight that was originally scheduled was supposed to be a heavyweight title eliminator fight, and that was going to determine who was going to go ahead and take on Shoemaker and the champ. But that didn't happen, and they didn't want to restructure a title eliminator with a last minute replacement. And that made sense.
Yeah.
That is smart. But I'm telling you, Michael Terrell, I don't know why they haven't. That dude's nasty. I was telling everybody they need to watch. He knocked Burns' nose off his face. Burns talks about it.
I remember the flap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked him, I said, was that your nose? I thought it was a snot. Like, how you had that? That was his whole nose just wiggling around.
That was like the cartilage. It was just like completely and totally cut on that. Yeah. It was.
I saw Joey on the show last night saying they call Michael the Leonard's I can't say it tonight because I've been smoking too much weed tonight. The Leonard's champion or whatever, where he's like the best champion out there in the world, and Joey wants him. So I'm hoping they might throw that fight out there. But they say him and Arnold maybe.
Arnold, wow, AJ, whew, man, talk about a different fighter right now, man. Former heavyweight champ, man, is back, and I believe that he is on. I believe he's going to get his title back at one point. He's just so damn good. He's just so damn good.
See, he called out Michael Terrell, and Terrell said, let's do it. And they've been tagging each other. But then Joey said he won. I think that should be the title elimination. The winner of Terrell and Arnold, I think the winner goes.
I disagree, and the reason I disagree is because it would be Terrell's debut with BKFC, and I think it's a little too soon to throw a guy into that. I think that the guy needs a tune-up fight before we do any kind of title eliminator, because no offense to Michael Terrell. I mean, he's cut his teeth in bare knuckle. He's a veteran, but there's a difference between being a veteran in one ring and being a veteran in the squared circle.
Yeah, they tape it's all about different tape too. Their tape over there. I mean, Josh was saying they tape over their knuckles over there and stuff. It's a lot different.
Well, they stopped doing that actually.
Oh, they did stop.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. They took a page out of our book moving forward because they were getting a lot of criticism that they were claiming bare knuckle, but they still had the tape over their fists. So they stopped doing that, and now they're doing full on bare knuckle like us. Because what happened is that they were trying to get sponsored and recognized by the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame. Well, Scott Burt said, we're not going to do that at the time because you're taping your fists. However, we can give honorable mentions, but we're not going to, stand behind you as a bare knuckle entity. Well, now that they've done that, but I don't think that BKB wants anything to do with it. I think that they want to stand on their own. They want to be their own entity because they know how close that Scott Burt is with BKFC.
I was going to ask you, because I mean, me and Jake's been talking about this. Okay, bare knuckle, sometimes you'll see they'll have the black gloves under the tape wrapped up, and then sometimes they don't. Is that certain states, or is that just that's what I was wondering.
I believe that it varies from state to state. That would make sense to me. That different. I would believe that taping procedures. I believe that there's the blueprint for the taping procedure, which David Feldman devised. I believe that's taken into account in each state. Maybe certain states alter it. Because because if you remember at the beginning, Dave would actually show at the weigh-ins and sometimes at the press conferences the proper way that a hand would be taped to show that 1 inch was uncovered from the knuckle.
Yeah, I remember saying that because I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's what I was wondering. Like sometimes you'll see that black glove underneath there, and then some. Like in Birmingham, nobody had it. And I was like, is it just a state regulation? It had to be. And so that's what I was wondering.
Could have been some extra padding for the wrist.
I think that would be, less breaking wrists and stuff. I think that would be cool as long as that. But
you have to solidify that. I mean, if you're fighting bare knuckle, you have to solidify that wrist.
Yeah, you got to isolate something.
You have to. I mean, it's kind of the same principle like in bowling. Like if you're like a straight bowler, you got to make sure that wrist is straight in order to throw that straight one. So same principle in bare knuckle fighting as in bowling.
That is true. That's a good point. That's a very good point there. But hey, you're going to the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame. I was saying that on your show.
You already went.
Live. That's gonna be cool as shit. That's one of those old school like.
You already went in though, right? 2019, class of 2019.
Yes, I was in the class of 2019. This time around, we're doing 2 years. We're doing 2020 and 2021. And it's going to be easily the highest attended Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame ceremony that they've ever had. This is now going to become a really big thing every year. I mean, we've already got, I think that they said for the tryouts, over 350 fighters have already signed up to try out.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. I'm going to have to, you see, it's Cody, the fake management place. God damn it. There's going to be that one company is going to have like 50,000 fighters signed after that. Holy shit.
And you got to remember, this is in a big city. Belfast, New York. Belfast doesn't even have a stoplight in the city limits. There's no stoplight within the city limits. That's how
how's New York? Is New York okay traveling to New York and stuff right now still with all the stuff going on?
It's not traveling within the states is no big deal. Traveling within the states is absolutely no deal. I mean, there's the one thing that I do like about it is that flying on the airplanes, you feel so much better about the overall cleanliness. Before, I mean, it was just germ central, just a big old fucking metal tube of farts.
Well, I'm going to test Cody real quick. I don't think he knows where Belfast is. Cody, what country is Belfast in?
It's in New York.
It's in Ireland, bro.
No, you're talking
about Ireland.
I'm talking about Belfast, New York.
Well, that's why he said country. So, he kind of threw that out there.
Oh,
man.
we're talking. You're going there. Oh, dude, and I'm Irish, man. I know where that is over there. You've never seen Sons of Anarchy, man? That's where they're over there. But no, I've been to Belfast, New York. The only reason I've been to Belfast, New York, when I was a kid. I remember somebody was saying they took me there, and it was like some kind of Western old school looking. It's a really old looking town, and I remember looking at it when I was a kid. I was like, this is some weird shit.
It's small, but it's Knuckletown, USA. And
all the Hall of Fames are. Who the fuck goes outside of going to the NFL Hall of Fame? Who the fuck goes to Canton, Ohio? You know what I mean?
People who want to see the
NFL right. It's going to be the same people that want to see the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame. That you're going to make a destination out of it. Outside of that.
But no, I know
it's like going to Cleveland. It's like going to Cleveland, Ohio. Outside of maybe seeing the Indians play, maybe just a few other things. Obviously, you got the Cavaliers as well. But the main reason a lot of people go there, of course, is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep, same thing.
But I know we don't take too much of your time up tonight, Jeff. But I know you got to.
No, I'm good tonight, guys. Take, please. All right.
Oh, good. I know you got a show, and I'm always interacting in your show. I like your show because one night I'm gonna tell you, Jay. One night they'll be sitting there, they'll be talking MMA. Next thing you know, they'll be talking about wrestling, I'm starting to think about kid wrestlers when I was a kid growing up, and then they'll start talking about bare knuckles. So I'll be listening to the show. I'm like, holy fuck, and I'll start interacting. I'm like, my kid, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you looking at your phone? I'm like, this is really entertaining. Leave me alone.
Yeah, loudmouth fisticuffs, man. We don't hold anything back. We're not scripted. We don't even talk about the show ahead of time. The only thing that we talk about is who we're going to have on as a guest. We recently started incorporating guests in one at a time. We've gotten some good feedback on that, but for the most part, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. And knowing Josh, how boring he is, it's so easy for me to create content.
Oh no! Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you.
This is my entire show notes. It's one fucking page. That's it. That's the whole show notes.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I can't say I'm in talk with some psycho. Like I can't really say this guy's name. We got some guy that would probably. There's some. We talk. What I do is I talk to people, and we'll talk to MMA people. We'll be messaging people, and I'll say, Jake.
Everybody.
I'll say, Jake, what are you going to do? And Jake say, all right, yeah, we'll do it on this night, and we'll get it here. I have it lined up. But I was going to ask you, do you drink Tiger Energy?
Oh, I love sugar-free Tiger Life.
Oh, so you drink the sugar? See, he sent me a case of both.
Oh, Tiger Life. Tiger Life.
The cleaner energy drink, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, I was telling Jay.
I think that's his third one since we started the show.
Look, I went natural red.
I can tell he's not. I'm going to tell you, man, he's moving 10,000 miles an hour. I dig it. No, I dig that.
Oh, look, shout out to Flying Monkey.
Flying Monkey.
Flying Monkey, if you like Delta 8 and Delta 9, it's legal in most states. That's what, no, because I'm energized up and stoned out of my fucking mind, guys.
Cody has all the Tiger Life. Who, I got to ask, though, on a less serious note, besides Jeff Houston, you taking Craig Sager suits or Bruce Buffer suits?
Well, Craig kind of set the standard for all of us, I guess you could kind of say, because, at one point it really wasn't understood. And then it just started becoming, standard. And then people started really appreciating what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce has got unlimited income coming in to, really keep those suits flowing. And if you actually look at the suits, when you look on his social media, what's even more impressive about his suits isn't the exterior, but you should see the lining, on some of these fucking things. I mean, you've got like cartoons, you've got comic book layouts.
Yeah.
One of them looked like he had a fucking Liechtenstein on the inside of his lining of his damn jacket.
I love that.
I mean, they're bad. Don't get me wrong. They're badass and everything. And I always have people asking, why don't you step up your game like him? I'm like, well, when I start making his coin, maybe I'll think about it. But, when it comes to ring announcers, as far as earning goes, there's Bruce Buffer, there's Michael Buffer, and there's the rest of us trying to make a fucking living. That's how it is.
Hey, no, dude, your jacket.
Craig,
your jacket, sick. What is your jacket? That's what I was wondering. The one you had on in Birmingham, I was asking Jake. I was like, the whole time I was like, dude, I gotta get me one of those jackets, man. What the fuck is that?
You can't afford that damn jacket. Was that
Hey,
the road one?
Hey, GoFundMe.
No, you're gonna have to get. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to get in line with felony Charles Bennett when it comes to GoFundMe, because he's got all of us beat every week. He's got like a GoFundMe for child support. Nah, I'm fucking with you, Charles, man.
Hey, more respect to him if that's the case. If he has to do that shit.
Oh no, dude, I love him. I'm gonna tell you, he is the most entertaining guy in BKFC. This guy absolutely knows how to get a crowd hooked on a character. I love it.
You should have seen. I mean, we were on down at the ring in Birmingham. We were on the right by the. I guess it was the TV announcers or the BKFC, whoever those announcers were at the table. We were right there in the front.
You know who they are. It's Chris Lytle and Sean Wheelock.
No, but I don't know if are they on the TV broadcast.
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know whatever broadcast they were on.
They are the overall commentators of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship on the app, on pay-per-view. They are our guys.
So all right. When Charles came in through that section, it was the middle of a fight. Every single person turned around and wanted to talk to Charles during the middle of a fight.
Of course.
Everyone you're felony, Charles, take a picture.
No,
I'm like, I mean, there's a fight going on. Like, just turn this way. There's a fight right here. There's Charles. We're talking to Charles.
Plus, you also have to remember that this guy comes from the Pride generation, from the Pride era. And that right there, come on, that was the precursor to almost every great MMA fighter that there's almost ever been.
Yep.
When you interview Vanderlei, say Crazy Horse and see what he says. He'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker. They fought in the back. Multiple. They fought.
Oh, yeah. There's heat. Yeah.
Look, one time I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was at a Waffle House, and it was late at night. It was after, I'm a big Bama fan, and I went to I think it was Georgia Tech, one of my friends, and we went to Crazy Horse walked in. I was like, that's fucking Crazy Horse. He's like, who's the fuck's that? I said, watch this. He comes over there, man. He about got in a fight with multiple guys in there, and I was like, this dude's crazy. They had to throw him out of the wall. It was crazy, dude. He is the same person everywhere he goes. I love it.
Bounce from a Waffle House. Wow, man. You got to do a lot. You got to do some crazy shit in order to
get to Waffle House. They let you come back in, but it was kind of a like
that's Charles. That's Charles. Charles is one of those guys where you don't know whether you're talking to Charles or Crazy Horse. Because I think that they're the same person, because sometimes you can separate from the character, but sometimes you just are the fucking character. That's just
he's WWE in real life. He's real. That's what I love about him. He's got that Undertaker.
That's what everybody loves about him, because he doesn't turn it off. He doesn't turn it off. I mean, everybody knows that when it comes to celebrities, movie stars, fighters, the majority of them turn off the persona. The ones that don't are always the ones that are celebrated because they're entertaining. People love that. I relate to that myself. I'm a character no matter where I go. I can't turn it off. I live to entertain. I will entertain at a fucking Waffle House at 2 a.m. I'm not doing it to get attention. It's just that it's too fucking quiet, and I have to. It can't be that quiet anymore. I got to.
That's how I am, man, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, I got ADHD. I can't stand that. You gotta have
going. I can just sit. I mean, we could do. I could not say a word the whole show and still have no dead air with Cody.
Hey, I don't know if I have ADD, but I do have fuck your shit up syndrome.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Daddy, let me ask you. You piss people off? Do you get people? Since you're the announcer stuff, but like on your show and stuff, do you piss do you get like piss all the other people off and they message you and stuff?
No. Are you kidding? It's funny. It's funny.
That's what I thought.
It's funny, honestly. If somebody's gonna take that much time to make some kind of a negative comment, oh my God, I find it hilarious, because this person is trying to live right here rent free, and I'm here to say, sorry, dude. I mean, no. Only people that are living here are the people that stand by my side. As far as I'm concerned, man, you're just the piece of shit that I just have to wipe off my boot.
That's the best line ever, Jake. That's it. That's the line we're gonna keep. Next time somebody says it, you're just the piece of shit I have to wipe off my boot.
Also, they're fucking jealous on top of that because, you know, they wish that they could be that outgoing. They wish that they could be that good at what they do. And when something's that different at the beginning, oh my God, all they're going to do is bury it. Like you should have seen the shit that the Marks did on the chat forums from BKFC 1 when I was wearing the silver jacket and had the platinum blonde hair. Holy fuckamole. They were vicious. In fact, I think I had MMAfighting.com say that the ring announcer looks like Brian Bostwick in the year 3000.
Hey man, you got compared to the Bosch though, man. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? That's a good one.
I may have, but the other one was funny. I've actually had it a couple of times, and it always makes me laugh. There's always someone that says, "Why do they have the Hunger Games announcer?" Hey, I said you just compared me to a famous actor. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
You're getting compared to a star football player and an actor. I mean, they can't really say anything bad about that. But
well, you can, but trust me, if you give them the opportunity to. But it's just it's funny to me. Hecklers have never bothered me because I have so much ammunition, especially when I've been heckled in public. It's almost like I welcome it. I beg it. I'm like, please.
That's what I'm saying. I like that. I see that from you. I can see how you are. You like that shit.
Please make fun of me in public because what I have will make you go home and cry. You will cry in the arena. You will cry in the car ride on the way home with your bitch ass girlfriend telling you to calm the fuck down, and then you will be crying when you lay your head on the pillow and go to sleep. The fucking ring announcer made fun of me. And here's that for you.
Yoda. He's my Yoda. This is it, Jake. I'm telling you, that is everything about my head. I love it when people talk shit. You know, we love that stuff. That's why I got the fake management police up there. We have that guy. He's been threatening me and stuff, sending me because I said some funny shit. So we love that. I love it. I love that what you just said.
There's one person who's pretty close to my equal when it comes to shit talking, and I'm going to give him a shout out. It's my boy Malky with First Round Management, man. Malky is, wow. I don't come across guys who can keep up with me on the shit talking forum, but man, this guy's talented when it comes and he says some really fucked up shit, but it's like ammunition every time that I hear it. So, Malky, I'm giving you a shout out here. First Round Management. You are a worthy opponent, but I'm still going to fuck your shit up.
We should have a debate. You should get you a debate with him because that would be funny.
Oh my God. We'll break the internet.
Hey, it needs to be broke. It needs to be broke.
We will break the internet. As a matter of fact, somebody will actually call the cops on us, even though that they're like 100 miles away from us. They're saying, we got to break this shit up. I mean, we got to send cops to each one of their houses and break this shit up. It's just too much.
Stop the show. It's blowing the internet up. We're going to have to start it over. Facebook and everybody's freaking out. We'll get banned from Facebook.
Big fucking deal.
Right. I know, right? I was going to ask you about the serious on the subject about fighting. I was looking like I was down there was talking to fighters, and you'd see and they're running around and they're all trying to set fights up and stuff. Who's Quentin Henry going to fight next? I mean, he should be fighting by now, right? Coming up.
They don't have an opponent selected as of yet. I haven't heard anything through the rumor mill as of yet. You know, everybody's still talking about that bullshit that took place outside the crowd barriers.
I followed him all the way to the parking garage.
Yeah. And I know that Quentin was pretty damn hot about that as well. And I just walked over there. I was just wondering what the fuck was going on. You know, some people were like, "Oh, well, that didn't faze me." I'm like, fuck if it phased you. I don't give a shit about that. I just walked over there to see what the fuck was going on. And then I just saw, and then I saw Brandon Lambert. And I'm like, that makes sense. Even though that I love Brandon, but I've had some heart-to-heart talks with Mr. Malo. And I've told him that if you really want to be a force in this industry, make sure the shit talking does not happen in the squared circle. That's nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see that shit. I mean, all that fucking showboating, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. And unfortunately it did. He went in there. I love the confidence. Don't get me wrong. But the problem with it is that he had more confidence in his bullshitting game than his fighting game. And fuck that. When that bell rings, you have one objective. Knock him or her the fuck
kill
out.
Or be killed. Kill or be killed.
I love Malo, and he's doing something that most people wouldn't do, is actually get in the ring. But all that shit talking, you gotta win.
Well, you put it in its proper place.
Win.
You put it in its proper place. You do it before, you do it after. But
you still can't have a goose egg in the left column there. You got to have at least one. I mean,
especially if you're saying that you're tailor made for that sport and you've got a goose egg to start it off with.
And he called Good John out like crazy.
Oh no, I know that, and I like the call outs. I don't mind the call outs.
I love the shit talking. You just got to back it up.
I need to see the win column. That's what I need to see. It's a combat
sport. You have to win.
It is.
I don't think they're going to let him fight. I don't think they're going to let him fight in the BKFC. I think he's going somewhere else to fight.
Oh no. He'll fight with BKFC again because he's a character. He's a character. He's like I said. You just got to keep that shit. You got to keep that shit out of the fight. Once the fight starts, man, get in there and get your hands dirty and don't be afraid, dude. There are so many people that like to get on their bike after they fucking hit somebody, because they're so afraid of, getting their face punched. I'm like, dude, if you're afraid of getting your face fucked up, this is not the sport for you. This is not the sport for you. Go be a glam boxer. Go be a glam boxer. Get on somebody else's bandwagon that wants to be like 40-0 and still have a pretty face.
The one thing I didn't like about that, and now I like, truthfully, me personally, I love all the drama and the fighting outside. I love that stuff. Like, that's crazy. But like, I was talking about bringing our kid. We were bringing our kid.
It doesn't belong outside within the crowd. It's irresponsible. It's kids. It's irresponsible. No, well, it's not just kids. It's just that there are drunk spectators. And it's just too much of a fucking liability when it happens outside of the squared circle. Any fighting, and what you end up doing is that you end up possibly fucking up the event and ruining the experience for other people, and you shouldn't be doing that, especially if you're fighters and ambassadors of the sport.
You see the security guards? We had a little security guard standing beside us, and there was a fighter.
I didn't see a fucking security guard.
We had this little woman. This little woman standing beside us. Okay, whatever the usher was, and we had there's this fighter that fights total line, but he's been talking about my kids and talking shit, and he was gonna whoop my ass, and I called him over, and we were face to face talking, and we could have had a massive brawl right there, and this little woman, I was like, the fighters were, I'm talking about, like, they're running around going crazy, and you got it don't look good because, for instance, what if the little kid would have got hurt?
What if that little kid? They should know better though. They should know better, though. They're fucking adults. They're fucking adults, and more importantly, they're professionals. Professionals don't fight outside the ring. Professionals don't do that shit because professionals don't do it for free.
Yeah,
right.
Number one, if you're good at something, never do it for free. The Joker said it best. Heath Ledger said it the best. If you're good at something, never do it for free. If you're gonna have a shoving match with anybody, put it in its proper place. Pre-fight press conference, post-fight press conference, weigh and shove, the fight, all those places, wonderful to do. Those are the proper venues for that to be. But when you're out there with the crowd, and you could possibly start a melee, which it did, and other people that are not fighters get involved, that is a liability for a bare knuckle fighting championship. That's a liability for David Feldman, and it hurts him, especially seeing as how this was the first time out with the Alabama State Athletic Commission.
Yeah,
it's just not a good. It's
not a good look at all.
No, especially for a world-class organization like Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Yeah. We were the first. We're the best, and the reason that we're the best is because we have the proper violence controlled. It's not controlled when it's outside the squared circle.
Yeah, I've been, obviously not as many as you, but I've been to quite a few fights, and that Birmingham one was probably the worst as far as security goes. There was no presence.
I saw plenty before. I saw plenty.
They all ran.
No,
they ran somewhere.
When they were going through the gates, we went through the side at the beginning. We didn't go through the actual gate check-in, but just looking at all the people, there was that crowd lined up. There was more security there than there was during the entire fight. Granted, I didn't walk the entire venue, but there wasn't I did not see one person, and I've been to quite a few.
Well, there was no security that went to break up the initial melee that took place. There was no security that broke it up.
No,
there was
got broken up by managers.
I know, and I have no idea why there were no security that were placed by the main doors.
And it rolled all the way from the basically ringside into the parking garage. I mean, I followed it into the parking garage. Watched. I mean, I'm not gonna
bitch and complain and point fingers about that shit. I mean, honestly, was it irresponsible of the venue to not have security guards break that up in a hurry? Absolutely. But you know something? It's over. It's done with. It was a bad look for us. Was it a black eye of BKFC? No, because it wasn't. It wasn't quite long enough to be considered a black eye. But I want to say something to the fighters right now. This is a great forum for me to talk to you guys, the fighters. And trust me, guys, I've been in the business for 18 fucking years. Okay, I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't work. I've seen guys that go out there and just give it the minimal, and they wonder why that they're not millionaires. And I've seen the ones with the best work ethic and discipline possible, and there's a reason that they're running the sport. So let me just tell you. Violence in its proper place. Yep. There's you get nothing by fighting out in the crowd. You get nothing from that other than people looking at you, and also the promotion looking at you. This guy could be possibly a loose cannon, and this guy's a liability more than an asset. And that's the last thing that you want. But when it's in its proper place, like I said, press conferences, the fight, the weigh-ins, anything that has to do with promotional work and promotional appearances, maybe a little bit. I mean, you don't want to go full metal jacket on someone at maybe like a little promotional thing. Yeah. But for the most part, guys, keep it in its proper place. And I promise you, success will follow with that. It will absolutely follow, because that is where the violence is controlled at its best. And that's where people are going to appreciate it, because they're going to see, something, he may do some shit talking during the fight or after the fight, but did he keep us entertained in the ring? Did he bring it in the ring? And that is what you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it, man. The whole thing was, I was going to ask you, we was talking about Quinn. I saw Zion was calling Quinn out at 205, and he's tagging the things. Would that? I mean, I've seen Quinton in person. Quinton's massive, man. I mean, he's a big son of a gun. Would that be a fight, or do you think he needs somebody more in 205?
I think that Zion is going to be another one who's going to be kicking ass and taking names. Zion's one he is a name that's on the radar for BKFC. He's given us good fights this far. He's a young kid. He still wants to. He says that he wants to be the youngest bare knuckle world champion ever. I definitely believe that could be in his future. A lot of it really has to depend on who he gets matched up with, and we're very fortunate that we have one of the best matchmakers in the game in Nate Shook. Nate's a fantastic. He knows how to gauge talent. And also knowing that we have Toe the Line Fight Series, an awesome feeder league that's going to help usher in the new generation of bare knuckle fighters. Plus, it's also going to give other fighters that maybe BKFC is not too sure 100% on whether or not that they're ready for the big show, to give them that opportunity. And a lot of these guys, as people like Frank Tate, perfect example. Frank Tate friggin' killed it in Toe the Line Fight Series. Bobo O'Bannon killed it in Toe the Line Fight Series. These guys, we say it's a feeder league, but all it takes is just one good fight, and boom, you're on the main card. That's a pretty fast fucking feeder league.
That's what I like about it. It's really quick. It's such a new sport. It's evolving so quick that you get your name in there and you do something good, boom, you're there.
Well, can you believe it? Next month, can you believe it that we are T-minus now less than 1 month away from our 3-year anniversary? 3 years. June 2nd, 2018, man. 3 years in the making, and we have moved at a pace that no other combat sport has ever made. UFC didn't get this big this fast.
No, not at all.
Not even close. Not even close. In 3 years? No way.
They were trying to ban it from. I mean, we were there. Human cockfighting. John McCain said, "I never forget that." I was like, "Fuck you, John McCain."
Biggest proponent of MMA that there ever was but the funny thing is that he said, you know what, this isn't going to work the way that it's going. You've got to get gloves, you got to get weight classes, and you have to have an established fighting organization.
He was true, actually.
And once that happened, John McCain became a huge UFC fan.
Yeah, but last thing, because I know you're busy. The heavyweight fight, you got Shoemaker and you got Belcher, and everybody's talking about it. Who, in your mind, I mean, who do you think is going to win? I mean, like, do you have
I'm not the kind to really call a winner in bare knuckle fighting championship, and there's a reason for that, because it's the most unpredictable environment that I've ever been in when it comes to fights. You think that somebody is the obvious favorite, and then boom, you are absolutely proven wrong. You got egg all over your fucking face. I'm not sure. If we're talking about striking power, that definitely lies with Sam Shoemaker. Sam Shoemaker's got one of the hardest punches recorded in bare knuckle history. I think it was somewhere around 1,700 pounds of pressure per square inch. I mean, we're talking Ivan Drago fucking punches. Ivan Drago fucking punches. But the veteranship with freaking Joey Beltran, he's been a veteran across the board in almost every major combat sport. And he's a dangerous fighter because he loves to smother your ass. He loves to smother your ass, and he's got phenomenal cardio for his size.
Never gets tired.
No, he doesn't. It's almost like he kind of reminds me of Cain Velasquez, the way that he fights. As the rounds progress, he actually gets better.
See, I was gonna throw this at you because I've been talking with Matt, Sam's manager, and I've been talking to different people about this. Sam's doing his cardio. You see, he's running. He's trying to get his cardio better.
Oh, and it showed his last fight against Bobo. It showed. I mean, we saw a completely different fighter in Sam. And the big problem with Sam, unfortunately, is that 18-second knockout against Eric Prindle at BKFC 1, it set the expectation bar way too fucking high. I mean, there's no fucking way that he was able to live up to that. I mean, everybody thought he was going to be this one-punch machine gun moving forward. I mean, come on. He was the focal point of the Vice documentary of bare knuckle. They thought, and that was just too much to live up to. But he went back. He retooled. He didn't have a whole lot of exciting fights. But this last fight against Bobo, we saw the fighter that we wanted to see. We wanted to see the man pushing the pace and just throwing big knockout shots. And that's who we saw. So Joey's got more work cut out for him with Sam Shoemaker now, as opposed to the way Sam Shoemaker was previously. That's for damn sure.
I'm going to throw this at you, too, because Joey's in a relationship now, and it's a new relationship with a younger woman. And being an older guy, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you, people joke about it, but like when you start a new relationship, that girl is number one in your mind. You've got to woo her. No, because that one girl happens to be Britton Hart. And I'm going to tell you, the last thing that Britton is going to want to do is be any kind of a distraction for the heavyweight. I love it when fighters hook up. I love it when fighters hook up. There's a common denominator between them. There's that common interest. And when you see two bare knuckle fighters hook up, oh man, that's even better. That's even better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be really good.
It didn't work out well for
I don't think she's going to be distracting for him at all. Not at all.
See, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if it did. That's what I was wondering. I hope it don't, because I think it's cool. I think this will be the 5-round war that everybody's wanting. I think this will be the one, because I think Sam's. I think they can go the distance, and it'll be a hell of a fight.
Joey's too much of a veteran. Joey's too much of a veteran for something like that to be any kind of a distraction for him. And Britton knows that the last thing that she won't want to be, especially when somebody's going into a title fight, is to be any kind of distraction. So I don't think that she'll play a part in his win or his loss. Well, she may play a part in his win, because I know that she's been training like crazy, just like Joey trains like crazy. I mean, we've seen a different animal in Britton Hart ever since her life-changing win over Paige Van Zandt. She's a different fighter now.
Well, speaking of her, since we're saying, are we going to see her in Misfit? Because I want to see that again. I feel like
see it. I want to see it. I want to see.
They're backing her in the corner. They're backing her in the corner like she's not. I think Britton's training hard. I think this will be a hell of a fight.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a different fight because Britton's a different fighter.
Yes, a lot.
And as we all know, Britain didn't get knocked out. There was an injury stop. They stopped the fight. So therefore she wasn't completely and totally annihilated. I mean, it was an unfortunate injury stoppage. So, there it is. And that she didn't get knocked out. So there's a different fight coming up, but that's not the fight that I want to see. The fight that I want to see is unfortunately the fight that we're not going to get, because one half of that fight is not with BKFC and is probably not going to be. And I'm talking, of course, about the rematch between Peralta and Faria. I want to see that run back so bad, but I know Peralta's not going to come back to the BKFC, and it's so unfortunate because people have been, after the first fight, I've been foaming at the mouth waiting for them to run it back.
That's got to suck for Misfit too, That's got to suck for her, somebody that
because she knows that she get another war. She knows that she get another war, and Christine is one of those fighters who welcomes a war. She doesn't run away from it. She runs into it fucking guns blazing. She
hits her hands with hammers for shits and giggles. She'll be on Facebook. And I sent Jake a video being funny. He said, "What are you doing?" I did in my head with a hammer. I was like, getting tough, man, like Misfit,
Well, that's all she does. That's all she does on social media. That's all you see her doing is fucking training.
Her and what's his name? Chalback train. Her Chalback. I've seen Daniel. We had him on her. They are all training like every second of the day. You see them like they're always in the gym, and I'm like, dude, you got to be like in the best shape you could possibly be in your life.
You never know when Dave's going to call you. You never know when Nate's going to call you and say, something, this fell through and such. And they also appreciate the opportunity, and they know what's happening with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and where it's going. They know where it's going.
But yeah, man, Jeff, thanks for coming. I know you're busy. Hey, you want to do some shout outs? I know you got sponsors, your show and all that stuff. So we know you're busy, but man,
I'm not busy tonight, guys. You guys are just trying to get me off, and that's fine.
No. I hate that. That when somebody looks at you and they give you that call, hey man, look.
Nope, not today, man.
Hey, then you're good. Cause look, me and you could sit here and talk. I love this shit, man. This is what I talk about. Okay. Chalback, man. I was going to ask you, Chalback, is he going to be in the 145 tournament? I mean, Good John's fighting 155 now. And we had Jason Knight on, and he told us a while back it was supposed to be Good John, him. Who else was it, Jake?
Palomino and Allers.
Aller, and then now
I'm not sure about the fate of the 145 tournament. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's going to continue or if it's been retooled. And a lot of things have been retooled because of COVID, as you know. So I don't know. Things change on a weekly basis. You see things change all the time. The business kind of has to change for the times that we're in right now. Because, you never know what's going to happen, because you never know what's going to happen with a venue right now, because there are venues that say we're good to go. And then maybe a couple of weeks later, they'll say, hey, something, we're not quite ready for fans to return as of yet. You have athletic commissions that may be changing their mind. I mean, it's so uncertain right now what's going to happen. I'd love to see the continuation of the 145-pound tournament, because I think that that's a deep division. I think that's
Jason Knight wants it. Jason Knight wants it. He said, I'm going to fight MMA coming up, and then I want to do the 145 tournament. And he said, they just got to pay me right and everything. And he was like, I want to do this. And then when Jason Knight fights, everybody wants to see that. Jason Knight's bringing the.
Oh no, he puts asses in the seats.
And Chalback Jason Knight, and he's talking about that. And Chalback looked good in his fight. I mean, he looked really good in his last fight. But Jason Knight, man, he's a dog, man. I'm telling you, he fights for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, you look at him close up, he looks like a fucking Picasso. But there's a reason for that. But there's a reason for that, because the guy is just drawn to fighting and such. And those are the kind of guys, man. If you're drunk at a bar and you start some shit up, and I always tell people, if you're going to start a fight with somebody, you're drunk. There's one thing that you're looking out for, that you may want to do a 180 and walk the other way, is if the guy that you're picking on just happens to have a little cauliflower ear. You see somebody at a bar with a cauliflower ear, you better turn the fuck around. That's all. I had
a friend tell me that a long time ago. He says, I was like, how can you, it's probably 15, 20 years. How you find out if they're a fighter or not? He said, you'll see their ears. One night we were out and we were talking to this guy, and my buddy hit me. He said, he fights. I said, how look at his ears. it rolled up. I was like, holy fuck, okay. Like,
yeah. That's one guy that'll make you wish you had died a child, and you don't want that.
See, you know, he said he wants to fight. So if I'm dating him, I'm like, I gotta get him, because I mean, look at his fights. Him and Arden. I mean, those were two of the best fights. You know, just I mean, it was a bloody mess when they fought each other. So I mean, Chawback.
You're telling me it was hard for me to get in the fucking ring. It was hard for me to get in the fucking ring because the ropes were just completely and totally covered in blood. I mean, it looked like a fucking crime scene. I was waiting for them to get the police tape out and shit. It was amazing. But it was a waste. Still not my favorite fight, though. Still not my favorite fight. As far as fighting goes, that's my second favorite. My favorite fight, still to this day, it's a tough one to beat because I believe it was the one that really put us on the map, and that was Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez at BKFC.
That was a good fight. That was, and they just hit each other. They just fucking hit each other.
Well, it's also the circumstances behind the fight that really does it for me. It's not it. The fight is a big thing, but a lot of people don't know that fight was actually supposed to be a swing bout. It was not originally scheduled for TV, but the way that we were moving so fucking fast on the pace that it got, not only did it get pushed up to TV, but it made co-main for the night. And I just say to myself, when I think about that, I mean, if we had moved to this at a slower pace, can you imagine the world not being able to see that fight on pay-per-view? Oof.
Hey, there's some of the best fights on undercards all the time. People miss out. I mean, all the time.
They do. And sometimes we get, like, for example, Knucklemania, perfect example right there. Best fight of the night was the first fight on TV with Taylor Starling and Teresa Segala, man. Yeah. That was the best. That was the best first fight of a pay-per-view we've ever had.
They've got to put more women on the card. They didn't have a woman in all. I mean, the women fights, you know, the women fights go the distance, and they beat the shit out of each other. I don't know why, but I couldn't believe they didn't have one on the card. I mean, I love the women. My daughters like to watch it. It's crazy.
It's tough to, you know, I'm going to be honest. I think honestly, out of those divisions, it's going to be a little tougher because you really want to find the right. You really want to have the good chemistry, and that's why we had such a good fight between Segala and, you know, Taylor Starling, because they had legitimate heat within one another and they really wanted to fight. They knew Knucklemania was something special. They absolutely knew that if I'm going to make any kind of a statement, it has to be here. It has to be now. And nobody walked out of that ring more covered in blood than those two ladies. Not even fucking close. She had blood. They had blood all over their fucking calves, man. It was brutal.
I know women, man, because they give birth. Think about it. They give birth. Some women don't even use pain medicine to give birth. If you can do shit like that, what's a fucking punch to the face? You know what I'm saying? What's a punch to the face? I mean, think about it. They've already went through probably the worst pain there. I mean, I'm telling women are tougher than men. I don't want people to hear that, but they are. They are.
I don't want people to hear that.
I'd be careful, Cody. That cancel culture is going to go ahead and put you underwater.
Yeah, you're going to be a hashtag.
The women are tough, man. I'm telling you. You ever pissed a woman off?
I'm married. What the fuck do you think?
I'm married almost and divorced. So you tell. But no, that's what I was wondering, man. Because the women like Britain Hart, I see her and Misfit. I think they're they're about to link that up, aren't they?
Well, that makes sense right now. If you're looking at fights on paper, that's the fight that makes sense.
And I kind of like it because you got Britain over here. You know, she just beat Paige. She's the darling of the organization. You got Misfit calling her out, saying, I'm gonna bash you. You're scared of me. And then she's got her company doing their. You know, the bare knuckle management, they'll be talking crap to Britain Hart, and then Britain Hart will come back at her and say, I'm ready to go, blah, blah. And I'm like, when we go do this, that's the fight. That's the fight. I'm ready to see that.
It's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't run that down before the end of the summer.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Because, you got the Miami card. Are they still going to stay in Miami? I heard they might not stay in Miami. I heard they might.
I'm still not certain. As I said, man, COVID era. So things change. Yeah. I mean, we were originally scheduled to do the Hard Rock Stadium Unfortunately, that didn't go through. And then we were all set up for May 21st, and that was supposed to be at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood. But unfortunately, the tribal commission and, things were happening with the arena where they were ready to host as of yet. So like I said, COVID era, man, things change at the drop of a hat. You never know what's going to happen. You just cross your fingers and hope for the best that, everything can get ironed down and we can get things moving on the next card. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be closer to the end of June for the next BKFC card. It's more than likely going to be in Florida. As far as the venue, no idea yet.
Yeah, I would be jumping on. I mean, you saw the canal. I mean, you saw the crowd. There were 70-some thousand people there. I'm like,
72,000 people, 72,000 plus. Yeah.
If you can have people, I was watching and I was sitting there thinking,
but that's Canelo. That's Canelo. He's already got, and you got to figure this is Canelo in Texas. His fan base is ridiculous here. I did the undercard for the Canelo and Trout fight at the Alamo Dome back in 2013. And you got to remember, this was 2013. So this was some time ago, 8 years ago. Canelo was still really fucking popular then, because as we know, in 2013, later on, he fought Floyd Mayweather that year, which was a big fucking mistake because he was way too young to be fed to Floyd. Way too fucking young. But during the Trout fight in 2013, they put 45,000 people in the Alamo Dome for Canelo because Canelo has that built-in fan base. So that's why it was so easy to sell a Canelo fight in Texas at the AT&T Stadium, of course, stomping grounds of the Cowboys. And we end up drawing the biggest crowd of any boxing card ever, 72,000 plus, only to have an orbital bone fracture stoppage. And that's the only thing that kind of pissed everybody off. And then there's all these people that are bitching and complaining. Why did the fight stop? It could have gone on. And I'm saying to myself, you know something? Those who have had an orbital bone fracture, they know why the fucking fight was stopped.
It was 4 places, right?
Dude, it was like 3 or 4 places on his face. It was bad when they showed the 3D imaging. Oof, it was bad. It was bad.
Did you see the shot?
Yeah, that was the right call. That was the right call because Canelo is just so fucking strong. Dude, Canelo is just for his weight class and his size, he's just so fucking strong.
It was his corner that did it. It wasn't him. I mean, his corner was saying blah, 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 blah. I mean, it wasn't.
Oh, no. I know. It was the corner that stopped.
I think he would have went back out there. I'm pretty sure he would.
And it would have been detrimental to his health, man. I think I don't think it would have killed him, but he would have lost the eye. I think if he had kept going, he would have lost the eye.
I was afraid if he would have hit him again there, kept busting. I was picturing bones just shattering up like powder,
That bone shattering possibly into his cornea.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. It was bad. So that was the right call. And now, of course, there's only one more belt to unify. Yep. So there's the obvious closure point. Obviously it's going to be probably the fight that they're going to do because they're going to want him to unify the super middleweight titles.
That guy's already turned it down once for some reason. I was reading.
Yeah, well, if the money's right, he'll turn.
Hell yeah! You want to break my orbital bone? You got to give me $15 million. Come here, you know what I'm saying?
I'll dry my eyes with $100 bills all the way to the hospital.
I'm pretty sure Billy's okay. But no. The reason why when I saw I'm
gonna tell you, there was also, unfortunately, there was a black cat crossing his path that he probably shouldn't have done prior to that. And I'm thinking, man, fighters are jinxing this. Stop with the fucking Versace robes. Stop it, goddamn dude. I swear to God, wearing that Versace robes like walking under a fucking ladder for these guys.
Yeah,
it's like coming out to Eminem.
It's not working. I mean, the only person that could probably wear the Versace robe and probably get away with it just because he's so fucking big is Tyson Fury.
He might would. He's weird, man. He's crazy as hell. I'm looking for it.
He's a loose cannon when it comes to that. So he's probably one of the only guys that could wear a Versace robe and still fucking kick ass. But everybody else has been on a bad losing end with that fucking Versace robe. I'm like, dude, ditch the fucking Versace robe. Nobody's dude, I'm not impressed with the Versace robe. When I see that, as a fight fan, the minute I see that, you're fucked.
Lose it.
You're fucked.
It's like I was, they were talking about people that come walk out to the any Eminem songs. They're like, lose every time. Like when you hear somebody come out to Eminem, I'm like, fuck, I cannot believe I just bet on that guy. Hey, I swear to God, it was a UFC fight. It was a few weeks ago. He fucker come out. He come out the UFC, and I was like, God dang it, the motherfucker got shot. I forgot what happened. I was like, every time you hear UFC,
they come out to the most popular songs. Maybe they should do something a little counter and come out to something like fucking Stan.
Look at
because that's got
I said that earlier.
because that's featuring Dido and shit. So maybe that would probably break that curse.
Look, Tom came out when Tom walked out the other night. It was like he was the fucking Star Wars, his song. I don't know what's up, but he came out. I was thinking it's fucking Darth Vader coming out, and here comes Tom. I'm like, oh shit, here he goes.
Well, look what happened during the fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder comes out in 45 pounds of fucking costume, which he said in the end was partially to blame for him losing the fight in the first fucking place. I'm like, why the fuck are you coming out with
that mask and shit? Yeah.
The entrances are key. Trust me, I understand that. I mean, the WWE set it up to where the entrances are key, and there were certain boxers that had like of course, what was it, Prince Nassim?
I knew they got some good ones.
Best fucking entrances in boxing ever, coming out to the ring on a fucking flying carpet. Dude, that was bad fucking ass. And I understand the importance of having a badass entrance. But if you got something that's physically weighing down upon you when you're about to exert a lot of fucking energy, not a good idea, guy.
Especially that heavy.
Not a good idea. Perfect example. I don't know if you remember the first match at WrestleMania the second match at WrestleMania between The Undertaker and Triple H. Triple H.
I've watched every one of those. You ain't got to tell me that shit. I know. Hell yeah.
I think it was either WrestleMania 27 or 28. I'm not sure, but it was their second match. And of course, there's the big skull with the crown that he walks through. I don't know if you remember, but when he was walking through, a big old fucking clump of dry ice collapsed on his fucking chest and gave him almost third-degree burns.
I remember. I was young.
I understand the fucking entrances, but God, something like that, and dude, he didn't flinch. He didn't fucking flinch, and as you see throughout the match, fucking skin bubbling up and shit like that.
Yeah.
Is it fucking bothering him? I'm like, no. I mean, that's a hell of a professional. But he was bitching about it when he got through those curtains. You know that for a fucking day. I'm like, don't put yourself in that position with your fucking entrance to where it could fuck up your performance.
Sting did that on Monday Nitro one time. He came out and he got sparks on his back. And I was like,
I remember that.
And that guy in the ring. But they don't. That's what I'm saying. That's some tough motherfuckers, man. Because, I mean, I got burned a few times, and I'm able to go, give me some ointment first,
Yeah, but if we're talking about, entrances, man, as far as the worst entrance ever, it starts and finishes with our man Owen.
Yeah, the motorcycle. Yeah.
It doesn't get much worse than death. I hate to say it. It doesn't get much worse than death.
No. Yeah. But, that's any of that shit, man. I hated when that. I hate
and he didn't want to do it. It was totally unnecessary. It was totally unnecessary, man. Did you all saw the dark side of the ring with him, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I watched.
Dude, if he landed it though, man,
that just made me feel so bad. And I remember when Jim Cornette was saying the few last words that he had when he was falling was "Look out." I mean, it's like he knew that he was done.
Yeah.
When he was falling, but he was so concerned about anybody else getting hurt. And that just shows what kind of person he was.
Sting had a thing. His first time he was going to come down, I was reading about this. They actually messed up, and he about fell because they didn't hook him up. And I read it a year ago, and just imagine almost falling, but they figured it out. Imagine they couldn't pay me to put him back up.
I don't want to imagine. Dude. Falling is a primal fear. That's a primal fear. That's one of those things like drowning's like being eaten alive. It's a primal fear that nobody wants to think about. Fuck that.
That's what I was saying. I just killed me, man, on that because it scared me.
Because I don't know if y'all saw. You remember when at WrestleMania 12 when Shawn came in on the zip line?
Yeah, he came. That was a cool night there.
That was cool, but there was some behind the scenes shit that I finally saw. Vince did it first. You actually saw Vince doing the thing down, and Vince at that point had that. I guess you could say, he had that mannerism of, I won't ask you to do anything that I won't do first.
Well, that's cool as shit. Then I didn't know that because
yeah. If you actually look it up, you'll see some footage of him doing it first.
Well, I used to love it back when I was a kid. It was WWF, and he was doing the announcing, and he would be over here. And then you would have what's his name, the former governor, Jesse the Body, be sitting there going, oh. And when I was a kid, man, I like Sergeant Slaughter. I cried when he beat Hulk Hogan up when I was a kid. I believed it so much, it was unreal.
And he was doing his job. If he made you cry, he did his job.
I mean, I until I was like, I don't know, like until I was like 25 years old, I seriously thought that Kane and Undertaker were like actual brothers.
Oh yeah, I mean that's already good, man.
Why would you think otherwise?
I thought for sure. I'm like, I always thought like, man, their fucking Thanksgivings and Christmases are probably crazy.
Kane's the governor. Kane's the mayor. He's the mayor, right? In Tennessee.
Holy shit, they're not fucking.
Oh man, I miss the old school, man. Greatest commentary team in the history of professional wrestling.
And the Undertaker coming in with the hood and the dark mute. Oh my god.
Look, but I don't.
Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, the best commentary team in the history. Nobody had more chemistry between two people than them. Everybody loved the King and JR. I mean, they had chemistry, but there was so much more happening on with Gorilla and Bobby, because I think the reason why they meshed so well is because as long as they worked together, plus they also worked together on so many other shows. It wasn't just primetime wrestling. It wasn't just superstars, whatever shows that there were, or pay-per-views, because eventually Bobby Heenan didn't transition into pay-per-view commentary until WrestleMania 7, because at that point he was an active manager. And so that's when they transitioned him over to full-time commentary and he was only with Gorilla on active commentary for so long. Because it was only, if we're looking at WrestleManias, he was only WrestleMania 7 and WrestleMania 8. That's it. That's it.
I used to love the Survivor Series when he would have his teams and he would have like the Barbarian and all those. And
the Heenan family. The
Heenan family in real life would have whooped anybody's ass, because that Heenan family, he had some of the some of the best, real, I can't think of his name, the guy, the Samoan guy that
Haku.
Like they talked about, he had like hundreds of bare knuckle fights.
He was like the toughest. In fact, I think Jake the Snake said it on Dark Side of the Ring, and he said, "What would happen if you found yourself in a fight against, let's just say it was you in a tank against Haku?" and he said, "What I would do, I would get out of the tank and shoot myself." Before I fuck with Haku, even if I have a tank, I get out of that tank and shoot myself in the head before I fuck with Haku.
And I think that's why professional wrestling kind of went down, is because the characters, they still went out and drank together at night times, but
it went down because of the dramatic change of the culture that we now know, the politically correctness, the cancel culture. That's why wrestling is the way it is, because we can't get away with the content that we had back then. We just can't do it anymore, because what happens is when you do something like that, you're singling out somebody. And nobody likes to be singled out anymore. Everybody likes to be included. Everybody wants a participation trophy.
Hulk Hogan said, "You eat your vitamins, you say your prayers, and everything. You could ask my mom and them."
And then he goes to fucking, and then he joins Vince McMahon in court on steroid allegations. I'm like, but it was so funny when
I didn't care.
I know. And I don't give a fuck either, honestly, because I think, honestly, if you can control it in whatever sport that you can, I say go for it, man. It actually makes it more interesting. But
baseball so exciting.
Oh, God, it's the only time that actually made during the 94 home run derby. Oh my God, that's the last time that I remember
the
baseball.
Summer of '98 was Sosa. I'm from Chicago, so the summer of '98 was Sosa against McGuire. It was the best summer of my life.
Oh man! And when you had Barry Bonds, and Barry Bonds, I swear to God, I don't remember. I remember seeing him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he looks like he ate Barry Bonds.
I know he came in as a small little second baseman and ballooned.
He turned into a fucking Mardi Gras float.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
He looked like Macy's Day Parade.
But during the WWF steroid scandal, I'm amazed that they went ahead and they spearheaded Hulk Hogan. I'm like, is nobody looking at the Warrior?
That dude is
nobody looking at the Ultimate Warrior as far as vascularity and fucking back acne and bitch tits?
Yeah, he was doing anything, man.
My God! If there's anybody who should be flagged out saying that this is an obvious steroid user.
Screw the Ultimate Warrior, man. I know he's dead and everything, but he was a prick, man. And when I was a kid, I was at a place where he was at, and I wasn't a little warrior. I wasn't a little warrior like they said it was. I was a Hulkamaniac, and I had my Hulk Hogan shirt on. And he kind of pushed me away and went. And I was like, really upset.
His promos were fucking legendary because you had no idea what the fuck he was saying. But the problem
he was real. He changed his name to Warrior. He fucking crazy.
He couldn't handle wrestling. I remember he looked at the camera. By the time that he got to the ring, number one, he was blown up. He was always blown up. In fact, during WrestleMania 6, he kept talking to Hogan during the match. Please, can we go home? Uh-oh.
Like Macho Man.
I think somebody's bringing out the Macho Madness. Yeah.
That's the one.
Hey, I keep him at the ready.
Look, I don't care what anybody says.
Because as you know, the cream of the crop, it rises to the top. Yeah.
Macho's promos are some of the best promos in the world, and Slim Jim got rich off of him. I don't care what they say.
Well, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hey, that's what they say. Hey, it helps through marriages and divorces and all kinds of stuff. It's just
it helps create them too.
Yeah, hey, that's why we drink Tiger Life Energy right here. They
didn't have Tiger Life Energy. They did not grow up in the era of the energy drink. In fact, I think they probably would have utilized that over a little nose candy, probably if they had it, but they didn't have it.
Yeah.
Nah, not if they had the good nose candy back then. They probably wouldn't have. They were out there.
You got to figure the 80s and the 90s. That was during the boom anyway. So I mean,
everyone's doing it.
Yeah, that was during.
Where was Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan's down in Florida.
Yeah, he's down in Clearwater. In fact, I'm going down to Clearwater for a couple of days in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to go check out Hogan's Surf Shop. Hopefully, I'll be able to either catch him or Jimmy Hart, because I know Jimmy Hart's always there.
Hey, Jimmy. Now Jimmy's a cool guy. Now Jimmy's like I've met him before, and he'll cut the shit with you. He'll do a little Jimmy Hart, But I've always wanted to go to the Hogan shop because that would be cool as shit. That's gonna be cool, man. You have to take a bunch of pictures of that. If you get Hogan,
If Hogan's there, if Terry's there, we're promoing off. We're promoting.
What you gonna do, brother?
I'll go ahead and I'll bust out the flare.
24-inch pythons. I can do his whole promo.
I know he's 6'4", but I'll come right up to him and I'll fucking flare out and I'll just be like, you know how long I've waited for this very moment, big man, huh?
Yeah, just when I get down there, all I want to do is I just want him to look me in the eyes and say, "What you gonna do, brother?" I'm gonna go. Tell me, please tell me.
I'll tell him grab that belt. I'll tell him grab that belt. I'll tell him grab that belt. Look at your title compared to the real world's heavyweight championship.
See, I've been talking to Diamond Dallas Page through Messenger and his email and stuff, and I'm supposed to be interviewing him and stuff because I love Diamond Dallas Page.
Most inspirational guy that there's ever been in the game.
Yeah, I love him because look what he's doing now with his yoga. He's helping a lot of people. But
he's been doing that for a while. A lot of people don't know that he's been doing yoga since the late 90s.
That's why he kept going. He almost had to retire at that time.
Yeah, he was. His back was so fucked up that he was getting ready to do that. But he ended up not only doing yoga, but he developed DDP yoga through his rehab. He went ahead and started making actual movements using yoga and his rehab, which ended up making, of course, DDP yoga, which is so inspirational on top of that. And the people, not only the people who have benefited from it, but all the guys that are in the business that he's been able to resurrect. Dude, I thought Jake was a fucking goner so many times. I've worked with Jake a couple of times on the indie circuits, and he was beyond hurting. He was beyond hurting. He was apathy walking. He was absolutely, he was crack in shoes is what he was. Yep. It was that fucking bad. And then, of course, when you saw fucking Scott Hall, dude, Scott Hall had to be in a fucking wheelchair at the airport when they went and picked him up. The guy looked like, dude, I'm going to tell you something. He was on his fucking deathbed. And then you see him, and then you saw him at the Hall of Fame, in the year. Oh my God, he looked great.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta start doing it, man. They're making them look like that. But look, I've been messaging him. I was like, when I get around where you're at, I'm gonna get him to diamond cut me, man. I swear to God, when I was a kid, I want to be diamond cut. I want Sting to put me in the Scorpion Deathlock, and I want Hogan to put the leg drop on me. If I can do that, just fucking kill me and it's over. You know what I'm saying?
I always wanted to be. When I was a kid, there was always something I wanted to, because it was just so pretty. I wanted to be put in the sharpshooter. The real sharpshooter, not this bullshit that you see. No, this beautiful sharpshooter that Brett just cinches in, man. It's so fucking pretty when he put it on. I mean, if you're talking about a leg lock, the few leg locks that I loved that were my favorite. I wasn't the biggest fan of the figure four. I was a huge fan of Bret Hart's sharpshooter and fucking Jericho's lion tamer during WCW. Dude, that was nasty, because he'd reach back on that. He'd put that knee in your back, man. He looked like he was literally stretching your ass out for everything that was fucking worth. And that, when I see a fucking submission move, that's what I want to see. I want to see something that's just fucking. And when Bret would put the sharpshooter on, not only would he sit down, but he'd sit back. He'd sit back deep into that shit, and you'd be like,
it was real.
It's only a matter of time.
Look, some of the best stuff people want to ever watch is behind the scenes when Bret Hart got screwed. I mean, I've watched every bit of that. That's some of the crazy.
But he did it to him. He did it to himself.
The contract. It was a contract. I mean,
no, it wasn't. No. It wasn't the contract at all. It was the fact that he wanted to save face. He wanted to save face. But see, the big problem with it was, if you remember watching the Dark Side of the Ring, when it talked about the main reason that he didn't want to drop the title to Shawn is because a couple of weeks before, he had talked to Shawn, and he had said, "Shawn, I hear that we're working Survivor Series. I just want you to know that, we've been having some heat together, but I'm going to be professional. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to do anything. I am going to do everything to take care of this and have a good match." And Shawn looks him right in the face and says, "I appreciate that. I will absolutely not do the same thing in return. I will not do the same thing for you. I just want you to know that." And that's when freaking Bret was like, and then of course Vince went to him and said, "You're going to be leaving, going to WCW, so you're going to drop the title to Shawn." He's like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to drop the title to Shawn." You know what he said to me? He said this to me. He said, "No fucking way I'm going to do that." So that's why he refused to drop the title to Shawn, because Shawn showed him that disrespect. Shawn was so fucking hot-headed at that time. He was at the pinnacle of his fucking career. And, and he was pissed off that Bret was leaving to go to the competition. He was pissed off about that. So, he didn't want to sell to Bret Hart. So Bret Hart didn't want to drop to him. So that's why they had to do what they had to do. And if you're an exiting guy, I don't give a fuck who you are, and I don't give a fuck what you've done for the company. When you're leaving, it's always best to leave. Any wrestler will say it's better to leave on your back.
Yeah,
it's better to leave on your back.
You can't leave with the belt. You can't take the belt to Monday Nitro the next Monday night. You couldn't do that. That's what
No, they got pissed off when Medusa did the fucking trash drop with the WWE.
I remember that. But I'll tell you what, I don't care. Monday Night Wars was some of the best. That was some of the best.
It was competition. It was competition within the best wrestling organizations, and that is when it's at its best. So that's the problem now, is that there is no competition. There's no direct, fierce competition between two brands. There was then, and that's what made it so exciting. That's why people loved it so much. Vince didn't want competition at one point, because look at what Vince did the first time. What was the first thing that Vince McMahon did when he took over Worldwide Wrestling Federation and rebranded it World Wrestling Federation? What was one of the first things that he did?
He buys out. He took all the competition away.
He dissolved the territories. He got rid of them.
He ended it. Every one of them.
And that's one of the worst things. Honestly, I think it would have been good to have kept at least a couple of them for that. But I knew what he was going after. He was going after worldwide television. He was going after the pay-per-view model. He had a business plan in place.
Genius.
He did.
Because I used to watch. It was TWA. I think I can't remember. It was before WCW. TNA. I think that was it. It used to have the Fabulous Freebirds and all those guys on it back in the day. And Ric Flair that was where Ric Flair came from. And I remember
AWA, I believe it was. It was AWA. It was Verne Gagne and AWA.
They got competition out right now. Yeah, they're coming up now. They're doing really good. They're starting to bring.
AEW's doing pretty good right now. They gotta be careful though, because they're going pretty fucking hardcore pretty fast, and that's a hell of a way to phase out talent. Good talent. Yep. Good talent. A lot of people are getting hurt real soon, and I understand why they're doing it. I applaud them for doing that, but I also know that you gotta pick your moments. And the last thing that you need is top tier talent that's bringing in viewership to be sidelined because of a injury that wasn't necessary.
They got to get them some Cactus Jacks. They got to get them some Mankind, some crazy lunatics. Just have a couple to jump over stuff, and they got to have
a character that people can care about. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. There's no fucking characters that people can get behind and care about, like The Rock, like Steve Austin, like Mankind, like Mick Foley. There are certain characters that people could get behind.
They will tune in. They will tune in.
And they will tune in. That's the biggest problem. That's why wrestling is on the decline, because there's no care put into characters anymore. And I think that once you start care about a character, about what they do, both in the ring and outside of the ring, that's when you're going to start having more butts in the seats. That's when your viewership is going to go up. That's when more pay-per-views are going to be sold. And I just think that writing, unfortunately, has lost touch. I don't think it's the superstars. I don't think it's the wrestlers' fault at all, because the wrestlers are there. I think it's the creative. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think creative have lost their touch to a degree. And I think that there's certain things in WWE that they definitely could have done better. But the problem with it is that the WWE is been around for as long as they've been around. Vince McMahon is the kind of person that say, when I make a mistake, I'll answer for it. But I haven't made any mistakes, so I don't have nothing to answer for.
I just hope. I just know back then, like on Monday Night Raw or Monday Nitro, I would stay all night just to see Sting to come down. I wanted to see Sting come down from the road, or I wanted Hogan to come, whatever it was. These days, they're lacking that. I think it's the writing, but also I think
it was because of the Monday Night Wars. It was can't miss TV is what it was. You were pissed if you missed a Raw or a Nitro. If you weren't channel jumping between if you weren't channel jumping between the two, you were pissed. You were pissed at yourself, man. I mean, by not being able to find out what was going on. So that was a big thing. That was a big thing during the Monday Night Wars. And we just don't, like I said, there's no active competition between two brands. So therefore, it's not as compelling. It's not compelling television.
But man, I was going to tell you, I could talk all night with you, but I know Jake. I love it, Jay. I know Jake's got to get up super early, but
all right, guys.
Hey, we'll give you I love to talk to you some more about it, because I got some questions I got to ask you anyway. I'll message you, but you got any shout outs or anything?
I appreciate you guys having me on tonight, man. You guys run you got a pretty badass show, man. You get a lot of good fighters on, a lot of good guests on. Just keep up the good work. That's for sure. Jake and Cody, man, they know what the fuck they're talking about the fight game. Good stuff. Definitely want to give a shout out to, of course, Loudmouth Fisticuffs. We've got that going on tomorrow. I believe we're going on 8 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be at our official Facebook page, Loudmouth Fisticuffs. Guests yet to be determined. We may have a last-minute guest come in. We may not. It may just be me and Josh, but me and Josh can entertain you. Guest or no guest, will definitely make it a hell of a show like we always do. And I also want to let everybody know that episode number 50, as we said previously, is actually going to be taking place at the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame, and we actually released the location of where it's going to be filmed, and that's going to be at the training barns, at the William Muldoon Training Barns in Belfast, New York. Man,
you got to take some pictures.
We're going as old school can go. We are treading the legendary boards of William Muldoon and, of course, John L. Sullivan himself. So good stuff. We're going to have so many guests on. That's going to be a badass episode number 50. We can't wait. So, guys, definitely check that one out. But like I said, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, Loudmouth Fisticuffs. We don't even know where the hell we're going with it.
I'll be there, man. That's what I was telling. I was telling Jake. I was like, I mean, when you were talking wrestling and you were top 10, I was like, hold on a second. I started, so, man, hell yeah, we'll be there.
Cool.
Thank you so much, man.
Right, thank you for joining us.
Oh, no, guys, I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me on. I'll definitely come back on another time, and we'll shoot the shit, talk about whatever and whenever.
We got a lot of stuff. Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, Jake and Cody, have a good night, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, mister. Thank you, Jeff.
Mr. Live Worldwide.
Yeah, that was fucking it, man. We went all. They can't say we're not just one organization. We talk about them all, Jake, don't we? But yeah. I got to close up because I've drank too much of this badass Tiger Energy Life stuff. And look, everybody hit that shit up. Check it out. It's awesome. Jake, you got anything?
No, that's all. Thank Tiger Life Energy. Check us out on Anchor FM. Minds of Fighting. This show will be posted on Anchor FM. You can check it out on Facebook, YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit.
Yeah, and also, hell yeah, and also I just want to let everybody know I'm still thinking about that management guy messaging me. Come get it. I got to go, Jake.
Have a good one.
Boom.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Inside the Minds of Fighting. Make sure to follow on socials for exclusive posts and upcoming guests.